it's a little dead meme. Fuck you, little bitch. You think you can fuck with me? What am I red? Fuck you, little bitch. Hey, look, I hope it's brown. Fuck you, little bitch. You think you can fuck with me?
Hey,
I'm 200%
everybody! Welcome back to the Snark Podcast. It's me. It's all of us. We're here once again with another episode of the Snark Podcast. I'm Chris Raygun. I'm here obviously with Tom Sweeney and some black guy, as you can see.
Mata.
Hey,
Stop.
how you doing?
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Derek's zooming in, and it's really
We're back though. We're back.
it's deeply uncomfortable.
I'm back in black.
So what happened last time? I know there was the Jake Paul fight. I didn't talk about that. I didn't really care. I didn't know who the fuck that was even happening. I didn't know who this other person was.
Is it racist?
I guess
You don't like sports, so that's why you don't know who.
Yeah.
Also, you don't like basketball, so you don't know who Nate Robinson is.
dude.
Nathaniel Robinson.
When Derek, you remember when we went to Vegas and we saw Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, I was thinking about that actually.
So
You saw him?
So we saw Floyd Mayweather in a Vegas casino when we went with Jalen, and straight up, I did not know who that was. I just had no fucking idea. If it's not like Derek Jeter or like Kobe Bryant, I don't know who they are. Just
I don't
straight
know
up.
how you know who Derek Jeter is more than fucking Floyd Mayweather. Fucking Derek Jeter has been so fucking. He was obsolete 5 years before he fucking retired.
You don't
bro.
know how a Puerto Rican New Yorker knows who Derek Jeter is?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I mean, I guess, but like at the same time, it's like.
Do you understand who he was like porking? Everybody.
J-Lo?
Yeah, but also
Fucking
J-Lo.
J-Lo for a hot minute. It wasn't. I feel like every person that played baseball is fucking J-Lo for a little bit.
Honestly, me too, man.
Yo,
I was.
Have you seen that implied that lewd of J-Lo? I don't know how new it is or whatever. But it was like an official picture she took with very minimal like smoothing and shit and editing, where she looks fantastic for being like fucking 5,000 or however old she is.
She's like 50 now.
Yeah, she looks fucking really good. I was
She
like,
still does, yeah.
whoa, and it's just like, it's nice to see, opposed to like looking at the factory machines of like the Kylies and the Kardashians or whatever. And it was such a contrast. It was nice.
Yeah, it is
Really
nice. It's not like
Good.
like Betty White looks terrible for being 46. You know, like it's actually really not okay.
Can you imagine? What is she just an extreme alcoholic and shit?
I don't think alcohol could do that to you. That has to be. That literally has to be age. She has to get into an aging machine to do that to your body.
That's radioactivity at that
That's
point. Like
something else, bro.
no amount of alcohol is going to age you that intensely.
She's weathered, bro. That's just weathering. That's just time taking a toll on a carbon-based life form, dog.
Yeah. What does alcohol do? Alcohol makes you like fatter, right? Like that's what that
It
does.
gives you a
Yeah,
gut.
but it can also age you. It could
Well,
age you not like that extreme, of course, but
Now I'm thinking about it. That's more beer. That's more of a beer thing. The beer, the gut, the beer belly.
well, because the amount of sugar and stuff that's in it,
and
what
what
just
like
constantly packing on the pounds and
all the wheat.
yeah, I got a lot of I got definitely because I'm the heaviest I'm the heaviest I am now, but I also have way more muscle than I did like say in 2006 when I was extremely heavy, but it was just all beer. It was all fucking 40s. That was one of the worst times of my life where I was sleeping so fucked up to the point where my mom like came in the room, was like, "Are you like on drugs? The fuck? What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Nah, Mom." And then in the back of my head, I'm like, "No, I'm just pounding 40s. Like, leave me alone."
Pounding 40s with the homies, then going out and having a circle jerk, bro. That's how you
It's
know
so
you're living a
stupid,
fucking
man.
great life.
That was the dumbest fucking shit though. 40s, because we weren't broke, right? 40s is for broke people that are trying to get drunk quick. Like
Facts.
just make high volume fucking malt liquor and it's dirt cheap. But we had money. We could have bought high quality beer. And it wasn't until I was like my esophagus was withering away until I'm like, "Oh, I should drink something better."
Yo, you imagine you pour a drink down your throat and it falls down your body, like your whole body, like into your skin, down your legs, because your esophagus is gone.
Could you
Dude, that'd be
imagine you pour something
so
down
wild.
your throat and it doesn't go down?
What do you mean?
You just like, it's like when you fill up a faucet and it's clogged, it just doesn't go down. And you're like, yo, what the fuck? You tilt back over and the whole drink falls out your throat.
You'd probably die pretty quick if you didn't get it taken care of, because the bacteria would just ravage your fucking sterile organs.
You're fucked up. That's cartoon shit. That's like when somebody eats so much that you could see the food like pile up in their stomach, like in their throats. That's like some nonsense. I used to think, like when I was a kid, I used to think that was possible.
Shit.
Like when I was a young child, I was like, oh yeah, that's possible, right? It must be. I was like, no, your fucking body throws shit up if it gets even close to.
Why would the show lie to me?
Why would cartoons lie?
Why would Scooby fucking lie to me?
I remember I learned that because all those people were like drinking fucking, what is it, like a gallon or 2 gallons of milk on the internet or whatever the fuck, and then they would just like,
and all the fat and stuff, and it just, you can't keep it down.
There's got to be one person that can do that though, right?
You gotta have a fucking wild stomach.
People that are built different, sure, yeah. I didn't know. There's a lot of things I don't notice about myself until somebody points it out. Like, I didn't notice that a lot of sugar upsets your stomach. And then until somebody told me that, I didn't notice that happens to me as well, because I'm fucking human, right? I ate a lot of ice cream with my friend, and she was like, oh, fuck, I got like a sugar stomach ache or whatever. I was like, what the fuck? And then I realized, I'm like, oh, that's why I feel like shit when I eat like a fucking pint of ice cream. I get it.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Your body's like, stop, that's too much sugar.
It's so weird.
I can't absorb all that.
That's so fucked though, because sugar's delicious. Like,
it's so
inherent.
great.
We're supposed to be evolutionarily supposed to love sugar because it's quick energy. It's really easy to break down.
Fattens you up for the cold winters. You know, that's why fruits are so.
It burns your
fruits are so delicious and sugary.
Yeah, but it also fucks you up.
It does. It's supposed to be. That's what. I think we're supposed to have like 25 grams of sugar per day, and you realize how little that is.
Yeah.
when you
really
fucking have like
sugar,
you have like a sandwich, you're like, oh shit, I can't have any more sugar.
You have some chicken. You have some chicken. You're like, dang, I can't have any more sugar today. I had this baked chicken.
We might have talked about this already, but like, what was that? Was it Subway that had like the bread that was. Oh my god, it was like there was so much sugar in Subway's bread that it was like not legally bread.
Yeah, 100%.
What?
It's not legally bread.
It's not legally bread.
What is it then, a pastry?
It's I don't know. I guess it's more like candy. Like I don't know, man.
What'd you just say to me?
I swear to God, this is real. Hold on. Let me look it up.
Yeah, this is like a real thing. I saw that actually not that long ago. Someone was talking about it. And it makes sense because there is something about Subway's items that they use, their meats and stuff. Not great, right? You can go to a butcher shop and you're going to get fucking shit that's infinitely better, obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what I liked about Subway was the fucking bread. I would get their Italian herbs and cheese, and that shit toasted by itself was like, this is fucking glorious. And then I would get their shit. Yeah, like I could just be, hey, can I just get those fucking breads? Because, and it makes sense. They're so filled with sugar, it just dancing in your fucking mouth, man. It's great.
It was a fucking pastry, that's why.
Yeah, so
it's pretty much a fucking donut.
Yeah. And fucking, what was that fucking piece of shit, Jared? Like, he lost all that weight because he was eating, like, dumpsters full of food and then went from eating, like, a turkey sandwich. Of course you're going to fucking lose weight.
Yeah, I mean, chasing all those kids around the playground is probably going to lose you a ton of weight.
You didn't have to say that, dude. I literally started rubbing my face. I was like, I don't want to talk about him anymore.
You know what
he did.
Why? Like, why does this happen?
What?
Like, was it like, okay, so this is my thing. Did he become famous and then meet, like, Epstein types, or was he always like this?
I think hold on. I think the big question is, does Subway make you a pedophile? The question,
Does Subway make you a
question I think needs to be asked now. Because, like, how the fuck?
I can't even begin. I am so stressed out talking about this.
All right, so hold on. This is like so Subway's bread does not fit the statutory definition of bread and Irish court rules. So it is Ireland.
That's
but
hilarious.
Like, you know, they're still a country.
Well,
You know?
Yeah, I assume.
They got people there.
Leprechauns.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
are they still separated by the North and South? Like I think the North was part of the UK or something. I don't.
None of us are educated.
I'm gonna stop.
enough on
I'm gonna
this.
stop while I'm ahead.
Ireland is Ireland,
I don't
dude.
remember.
I think.
Well, no. There's a part of Ireland that was a part of the UK and wasn't. I think it's the opposite. Maybe I think Northern Ireland was not a part of the European Union. Is what I'm saying.
Yo, the only thing I
Or
know,
something.
the only
or
thing,
the United Kingdom.
yeah, I know jack shit about Ireland.
Irish people talk to me because I don't remember.
We're gonna get a lot of
100%.
corrections,
care.
I'm sure.
I don't care. The Irish, they're fucking Europeans. Look, Europe can get invaded by aliens, and I'd be like, that's crazy, unfortunate, huh? That's your problem. You guys deal with that.
You're fucking prejudiced against aliens, man. It just never ceases.
No, I just don't care about any. I don't. Dude, look,
We've heard you explain this a million times. We don't need like the
I
50th
barely care
explanation
about
of why
Americans.
you don't like
What
aliens.
the fuck I'm doing caring about Europeans, dude?
That's fair. We have some
fuck those
questions.
niggas, dude.
we have a question later
Hey,
on that we have a
I
question.
like Europeans, man.
We have a question
Of course
later
you do.
on that
You like fucking Celtic women. That's why you like fucking Viking girls. That's why.
Hey, it's all good, man. I mean, yeah, Viking girls they're awesome. I mean, Mediterranean, Middle East, it's all good, man.
Viking
Anything
girls.
across
What the fuck is
pond
a
pretty
Viking
nice.
girl?
Like fucking
What?
like the fucking. They look like Vikings, but they're girls.
Do they
Yeah.
exist still?
No, but like
Well-
fucking like Scandinavian,
Well,
like fucking.
they
like,
have like the. I mean, I'm not talking to a Scandinavian, but like a fucking like the still the genes of like this girl's like 1,000 feet tall, blonde, blue eyes, and fucking Russian and shit, and
her,
so
her
basically-
eyes are
she-
like that kind of blue that make you feel like you're being watched by the devil. Those kind of blues where it's like dude,
Are you
very
No, you sound like a black Israelite right now.
dude? No, dude. Seriously,
You totally
I kid you
do.
not. Like it's just like
I know what you're saying.
This is
The
aside from a
piercing
meme or anything
blue.
like that, but very blue eyes scare the living fuck out of me. They look soulless to me. They're like I
I know what
don't-
you're saying. It's like right before they're blind type of blue.
Yeah,
Like, I know what
our
you're talking
roommate
about.
Joe has them. Joe has fucking devil's blue eyes, and it scares the shit.
Well,
Like when he
is.
stares at
he is
me.
He's a devil. I mean, that's why he fucking he gets what he wants. He's very like he's a shyster. He's fucking he's too nice. Like he's too nice of a person where I'm like, oh, there's something else going on behind the scenes.
Something else. There's more story.
He's way too nice of a guy. Like I've had nothing but pleasantries around in his presence, and I'm like, oh no, I can't. Like there's like I've seen all of your dark sides. I've never seen Joe's dark side.
He is one of the most
Nothing.
pleasant people that I've ever seen.
He's a good heart.
That's
He's
what
a
I'm
good-hearted person, but like
That's what I'm saying. The good ones, man.
But here's the thing.
You know what they say, right? The killers are quiet.
But here's the thing, though. He will always come home with a suspicious amount of free things, to the point where I begin to question, like, did you stole these? like you? I don't even know if it's on purpose, really. I feel like he's probably the kind of person who's like to accidentally steal.
he's the kind of person to like. He's the kind of person that like if someone's getting robbed, he'll walk past the place and they'll be like, oh, you know what? Here's some money. They'll like out of the bank robber, it'll hand him some money.
He's the kind of guy
He's
to
like, here you go, man.
It's like you roll up like you're walking on the streets of LA and you're like, wow, a shopping cart full of supplies and toiletries. Guess I'll take it. And it's
mean, no one else is
clearly
here.
and it's like clearly like a homeless man's entire life. But
That's all he's got. That's all he's fucking built towards. He got kicked out of his house and he was been homeless for years and he wants to see his kids. And he saved up all the money he's made being homeless to get that so he can go back to his wife and prove that he cares about her. And he's like, I can do better. I can be there for my son. And then Joe fucking takes it. He takes it and he brings it here and I use it. And then that guy never sees his kids again.
damn,
He
yo.
leaves the state.
That's a real story.
pretty
That's a
fucked up.
tragedy. That's a fucking that's like Oedipus shit. You know?
That's like
Probably.
what?
Odyssey.
Oedipus? Epitobius?
Oedipus. That's like fucking Greek odysseys and shit.
yeah.
Damn, man. Don't be Greek
but-
Odysseys, bro.
The reason this is already like way off topic, but like the reason I brought up Floyd Mayweather at all
Oh yeah.
is because this is real. Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather are going to fight at some point. What is it? January, February, or something like that?
February.
February of 2021. Hopefully, when I don't know. I'm not even gonna say hopefully anymore. Like when we're still in the middle of this shit.
Yeah.
This is still
God.
going to be going on, but we get the added bonus of having this, clash of, whatever the fuck you even call
The
this.
Titans.
Yeah, Titans.
Clash of money. Money.
Yeah, the Clash of Money. Clash
What
of
money
Money.
look like?
Dude.
Oh my god. I can't believe it. I can't believe it actually is happening. But Mayweather does like money. That's why he is Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. So I get it, but I'm just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna get paid big from it, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big ass event, but it's one of those things where it comes down to us, the consumers, where I wish we would take a stand and not pay for it, just to be like, nah, man. Like, we know what this is gonna be. It's a wash. So let's not pay for it.
It's not gonna be a wash. Floyd's gonna like make it last.
Well, I think
performer.
he's just gonna have to. Floyd is a performer as much as he's fucking just. He's just smart. He's gonna do what he has to do. Kind of like, say, remember when that one fucking dude headbutted him a bunch, and then when he was like coming up to apologize, he just punched him 2 times and knocked his ass out. Like, that wasn't really, like, people were really angry about that, but he took advantage, right, of the moment, of the situation. He's just a smart guy. He's going to do what he has to do. And since Logan Paul is just a giant fucker, right, he's just going to dance around until he's tired and then beat him up. We're not going to see Logan Paul get destroyed. Now, like, you see that Japanese fucking kickboxer that he fought, and then he kicked the shit out of him, but that Japanese guy was tiny. So Mayweather just beat the shit out of him quick. Everyone thought it was a towel. It was he took a what do you call it? A bribe, or what do you call it when he took a dive? He took a dive.
Yeah.
Because it was so ridiculous how it looked. But Logan Paul's pretty big. So it's going to be like, all right, he does have knockout power. So I'm just going to evade his shit till he's tired and then beat him up, but it's not going to be It's gonna be like any other match. Like, where,
Floyd
oh man, what a beautiful.
I'm sure Floyd could break him down and really fuck him up. In 3 rounds, I'm sure he could do it. Because if he plays smart, Logan Paul doesn't know how to guard his body at all. And if Floyd gets in a pocket, that's it. He's eating. He's eating on his ribs the whole fight. But I mean
somebody said
I could be wrong.
Somebody said, like, I forgot what I was watching, but they were like, yeah, Logan Paul's the guy that couldn't even beat KSI, the fucking video game guy.
That's the thing that's weird. Like, he didn't beat KSI. Like, why is he fighting Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, arguably it was close, but then he got a point taken away. Because he probably could have won if he didn't get a point taken away. Logan Paul looked better than KSI. He looked better. Mm-hmm. Like, he was definitely, but also KSI went from never doing anything to doing something. And the Pauls, right, they were athletes beforehand. So getting into combat sports when you're already into a wrestling combat sport is much easier than not doing anything at all, right? So I'm actually I would be much more interested in seeing Jake Paul fight him, because Jake Paul, he definitely, as much as I can't stand the person, like, I really can't stand Jake Paul, he's much more of the natural athlete. Like I said, I saw him do an MMA match. I think I mentioned this when we did the Dark Tank. I saw him do it with like an expert grappling champion, like this MMA guy. I wish I would have looked it up again, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And he survived a couple of rounds, which was really surprising. I was like, wow, this guy's, I gotta give it to him. He's a natural athlete. And I think it would be much more entertaining than, because Logan, I'm like, dude, just go do your fucking podcast, man. Go be Joe Rogan for fucking 12-year-olds.
I think that Jake has had training. I don't know about natural. I like, how to explain it. I think KSI is a natural athlete. I think for someone to go from where he was to where he is now, that's a sign of someone that can do stuff like that.
Maybe. I don't see, when I look at him, I just don't. He's when I look at him, it's like, look at his fights.
He doesn't have form. He doesn't have good form. Like, he has really bad form.
And I know, and I guess that doesn't take away from being a natural athlete, because there's like Francis Ngannou in the UFC, who's a natural athlete. He came from Cameroon, and he just has, his punches are like getting hit like by a fucking truck. Like, he has like the hardest punches in the world, and his form isn't the best. He's not like a great fucking boxer, right? But he's just, if he connects with you, you're going out for sure. So I see like when I think about natural athletes, I think about this person where it's like the Bronze Bomber. I think about people like that where they're fucking dangerous even with little bit of training. But like KSI, he doesn't have. Let's be real. Like I'm not an arrogant person, but I believe that if I connected clean with KSI, I would fucking knock him out clean. But I think so because see, I don't have any form or anything like that. I just think I know I'm much stronger than that guy. Like I know that even though he's taller than me and shit, but I'd fucking, if we were grappling or something, I can keep him down.
No.
And
I don't think there's many people that like. I know how to throw punches. I used to do a little bit of kickboxing when I was very small. When I was like maybe like 15, 14, I did a little bit of it. Then I stopped because I saw somebody kicked in the face, and I was like, I don't really want to do this anymore. But like, I am positive if I punch someone in the jaw to knock them unconscious, I could probably take their jaw off or knock it out of place. Like I'm that big, and I know how to throw a punch.
Yeah,
it's not really all that difficult to just discombobulate a person, you know. Like
really
it
really
all it really takes is like surprise and like a lot of like just momentum, really.
Yeah, surprise.
You got to do the you got to do the step in, then freaking what you call a cross shoulder, straight forward. You're probably knocking somebody the fuck out.
Yeah,
the only thing you have to worry about is breaking your fucking hand.
Yeah, you'll shatter your hand if you punch somebody in the jaw too hard.
I don't know.
A lot of people don't realize that you're punching bone, and bone that's much stronger. Your knuckles are way weaker than a fucking
jaw, because you need your jaw. You need that.
People don't realize that. So when they get into fights, they're like, "Oh, my hand's fucked up." I'm like, "Yeah." You're not just punching meat, dude. Like you're not.
Shock that comes from punching someone. Like if you're punching a boxer, I'd assume, because I've punched a heavy bag before and I almost broke my wrist. But like, if you're punching a boxer who knows how to plant their feet, you'll hit them in the stomach and you'll probably fucking hurt your wrist if you don't know how to throw a punch. If you just let all the force just like sit right here, you'll probably snap that shit. You'll be like, whoa.
I don't know.
I feel stupid.
I could never. Even when all this like YouTube boxing thing was like at its prime, like I thought I would enjoy it because it's like fighting and I like fights, but like I think I realized like when I was watching a couple of these matches, I realized that like I think the thing that I like most about watching fights is the unorthodox locations that they often take place in, like over the register at a Burger King or like on subway tracks, and like when it's just in a padded square. It's like significantly less interesting to me because there's just no, I don't know. It's just like it just becomes like this weird like I'm getting points as opposed to just like winning a fight.
Yeah,
because I've seen a lot of fights
street fights. Those are insane.
No, because I've seen like a lot of fights like boxing matches where it's like the person wins, but it's like, yo, they lost. Like they were getting dogged on that whole like if that was like if they had like judges being like. Performance-wise, like like doing the fucking cue cards or whatever, it'd be like the winner oftentimes would have like the lowest score, and it's like I don't understand the
systems,
the conventions,
like a 10-point must system.
Yeah,
they have some systems that are fucking
like
stupid.
The conventions of like how they score that is like really baffling to me. I just don't get it. I would love to see Floyd Mayweather. I would love to see Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul fight. Oh my god! Like on an airport tarmac.
Oh my god! Like some fucking like Here Comes the Pain shit, where they're fucking like fighting in a fucking back of a parking lot where there's cars and fucking lead pipes.
They got to avoid the gusts of fucking 747s flying by or landing.
Fucking quick action events. They got to fucking duck down and grab the ground so they don't get blown away, and they go back into fighting.
I must admit that is infinitely more interesting, but the reason like it's like, oh, these people usually can't come back for more because at that point somebody's probably gonna die. So it's like, oh, you can only do it once.
You know how many World Star fights I've seen that probably one of the combatants died? Most of them.
Here's
most of them.
Here's how you know, right? Like because like a lot of people like they're going to tune into this Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather fight purely because of the names attached to it, you know? Whereas, like, people gather around street fights for nobodies. You know, like people gather
Absolutely.
in fucking circles for like two people that they've never seen before that they have no expectations of. Just to see like, oh man, I wonder if this dude's gonna toss this dude into the fucking power lines. I gotta see this.
That's fucking crazy. 'Cause
Yeah.
people love that shit.
Of course.
I like seeing organized fights I don't like seeing ground fights. And when it goes to the ground, it becomes the most boring shit to me. I hate watching grappling fights because it doesn't look fun.
I don't know.
Look fun seeing ground fights.
To me,
but when I
it's-
see exchanges like who was his name? Like Rampage, when Rampage is like fucking squaring up with someone and just fucking making their head look like a Pez dispenser, that shit is amazing, bro. He's just beating the fuck out of somebody. It's like, yes.
It just feels like this half measure between like it's like a society being like, oh, we're too good for gladiator shit, but we're not so good that we're not going to have two people concuss each other until they die of early onset dementia and brain damage. You know, like it's one of those things where it's like, why is it? Like, just fucking,
I think
at a certain point, you're just like, yo, if you're going to have people beat each other up, yo, just put people with, like, lions and spears and shit at that point.
I mean, those you see, Chris, you see, what you're doing is you're scaling too fast.
Nah.
You see, watching people fight to the death is something called barbaric.
No.
You know?
No.
It's-
No.
it
Because it's the
is,
same
dude.
shit. Yo, if somebody dies in a boxing match, is that barbaric?
That's why they changed boxing. That's why
hold
they
on,
literally...
hold on.
They don't die that often, though.
Hold on.
No, they haven't died in a long
Wrestling-
time, dude. Because they
But
changed the
they've
rules
died.
of it.
But they've died. You're
Yes,
saying.
Chris. Back when black people couldn't drink from the same fountains as white people, before that they were dying, Chris.
Before
like in the
that.
20s and shit, people
What
were
about
like
wrestling?
dying.
I remember seeing like a relatively recent wrestling clip where somebody
He probably
fucking died.
He probably
wrestling
died
guy,
because
like,
of the injuries he sustained.
Yeah,
not
dangerous
in the
moves,
ring.
Yeah.
People were dying in the ring, bro.
Yo, I saw a video of some guy snapping his neck in the ring.
Chris, that must
like
have
not-
been
It was,
some
I think
underground shit.
I'm thinking of this luchador that died.
Yeah.
But
Did he hurt himself?
Yeah, it was an accident. It wasn't,
Yeah.
because obviously that shit is scripted, so they're not supposed to hurt themselves. But accidents happen, right?
man.
That
but
shit
yeah,
was a
dude,
long
look
time
at,
ago.
Look at,
But
man.
like, you could find it. Like, I'm sure if you go on like Mexican boxing, like underground shit, you'll definitely see that.
Yeah, but look, I think
it's
the
just-
biggest
it's just-
reason,
it's-
the biggest
it's-
reason, look at, hold on. The biggest reason why we don't want them to go full blown kill each other is because there won't be any entertainment left. Just kind of like
No,
the way
no.
that the
I disagree.
Yeah,
I
because
disagree.
Even back in the day with gladiators and stuff, they didn't kill each other all the time because that's stupid. What are they gonna do? Oh, my greatest champion had a bad day. Now he's dead. What the fuck am I gonna do now?
Yeah,
they
usually, and the
typically didn't
gladiators
kill each
wouldn't have
other.
fights with animals. They'd usually give that to like the prisoners, something like that. Somebody like, oh, we want this guy to die. We're going to
that's
throw
what I'm
him
saying.
to a lion.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not gonna give fucking like Samson, the greatest gladiator ever, the guy that's beat 6 men, make him fight a fucking lion. Like that guy's gone.
Look, man, it's just it's
That's
just,
you gotta
can-
kill that lion by
you
luck.
Can, you can dress it up all you want. It's just tidy barbarism is what it is. It's just two people
it's
beating the shit
sport.
out of each other.
To a certain extent.
It's
I agree.
two people beating the merciless shit out. Yo, the kid.
You sound like a Christian conservative.
No, I'm just saying. It's like I don't mind it. I just wish like we could go crazy with it and get like pedophiles in like prison fighting lions.
Well, see, I'm okay with that. Look, I want to have 2 lanes, man. I like sanctioned fighting where I can see these people that are amazing. Because to me, it's about the art and seeing how these people's bodies move. And then like when you have experts break it down. Because a normal person, I miss a lot of stuff. And then when somebody explains it to you like fluidly, it's like, wow, like
Yeah.
holy shit, he set this up from the get-go. Even like the ground game, when I started to understand it and learning like how hard, like when you see stuff like a lot of times when shit looks boring is because they're stalemating each other. Because they're so high level, somebody can't just pass over and do all this amazing shit. Like when you look at like Habib is so fucking on another level of grappling and ground game. When you see him work on other people, it's just fluid. People can't do anything, and it's actually really entertaining. But then when you see people kind of like they can't do shit, and it looks boring, is because they're too good.
What if?
And that's when shit
That's
gets
boring,
boring.
though. That's
hold on.
boring.
What if?
I still
What
like
if?
boxing.
Hold
What do you
on,
wanna do?
hold
What do you
on.
I
wanna
still like
though?
boxers.
It's like
I
a
guess
chess game, man,
I've
like
seen
a stalemate.
boxers that fucking like, oh, this guy's got a good feint, but then out of nowhere, like you know Pacquiao. Pacquiao's fought so many great people with hands, and he still fucking pieces them up. You know.
Well, no, I think he's levels above a lot of people, especially with his very untraditional style that he brings. It really throws people off. But
Beats
I don't
the
know,
brakes
whatever.
off people. I fucking love it until I found out he was homophobic.
What if?
Whatever,
Here's-
man.
here's-
But
all right.
let's get to the other side of it though. Like the unsanctioned stuff, I'm totally down for like a Jared Fogle right? Versus fucking
Jared Fogle
Just Lane
versus
Maxwell.
Jared Fogle versus Puma. Just a puma. Just like
I was like, who's Puma?
no, just a fucking cat, just a big ass jungle cat.
Just put a Puma in there.
That's
No,
so
like,
fucking obscene, bro.
A Puma wearing Pumas. I want a Puma. And he put
Yeah, a
Pumas
cat in
on
shoes,
it.
so it has a bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, it's like it's just walking like that. It's all fucked
You
up.
think-
Like try to kick it off. Like,
Do you think it would? Do you think a puma? You think? So think of it like this: do you think an animal would worry about getting those things off his feet, or the person that it's been put in a cage with?
Well, no,
depends.
it's I think it's not that they're trying to kick him. It's that their like sense and like balance is completely thrown off by
Yeah.
the fact that there's like a barrier between their paws and the ground. So it's like
like,
they walk around like it's less about concern and more about just like I can't function.
Well, it's concern though. It is concern. That's why they freak out. Like you ever put fucking post-it notes on a cat's hand and see it stand up and like shake its hands?
Yeah, but they're
That
not
shit's
measuring.
insane.
They're not measuring. They're not thinking like I got to get these off. They're thinking I got to get that person, but I'm all fucked up.
No, they're thinking I gotta get these off so I can get that person.
Are you thinking
Like, what's
that?
happening to me?
Do you know that? Do you know for sure?
I don't
certain
know
that it
that,
can? Yeah,
but
exactly. So why would you argue?
But do you know for sure?
Yes,
You know you're wrong, Chris.
I've
Yes.
been a cat.
oh,
You're a pussy. I fucking hate you.
No, fucking, I don't know, man. I think
fucking Khajiit bitch. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Fucking like you're on some Skyrim shit.
I've been a cat.
Get outta
I've
here.
polymorphed into a cat more than once. What do you mean?
I've played Khajiit for like 13 hours at least once.
Cumulatively, at least 5 hours I played Khajiit.
It's not a lot.
Khajiit is fun in theory. You're like, oh, this is gonna be cool. And then you play Khajiit, it's like, I want to use swords and stuff. I don't want to use my
what was
hands.
the Khajiit's like thing again?
They can do
They're all
good
stealthy
damage with
and
their
shit.
hands.
See at night.
Yeah.
I
The
remember.
night vision was cool.
I remember
Not
I
really.
played. I
Everybody
remember I
said
played.
night
I mean, it
uh,
really didn't matter.
I remember
You
I
could still see
I
at
played
night.
a Nord for a long time that was just able to like beat everything up. Like I didn't carry any weapons. I just punched everything.
Jerobi the Fist, remember? That's Jalen's character.
Oh yeah.
Jerobi the Yo, he beat up a dragon with his bare hands. That was the funniest shit I ever seen in my life.
That's what my friend did. He fucking got so OP that he just fucking beat up Alduin, the main boss, like with 3 punches. It was fucking hilarious.
Love it.
My girlfriend plays The Witcher 3 and she said like, do you think I would like Skyrim? And I didn't know how to answer that because I feel like yeah,
They're not the same
right.
game.
But I feel like the answer
It's-
is yes, but they're not the same. You know.
Well,
what I
here's the
mean?
thing. Do you want, because I barely, so I'm catching up on a lot of games, right? And
Right.
I said that I wouldn't play Witcher 3 till I play the other two. Witcher 1 was a fucking nightmare to get through. It's just, it's so
story,
dated.
really
It's
fucking
so
dated,
dated. It's so
Witcher
fucking
1
dated.
and 2 are
Number
pretty
2,
bad.
the enhanced edition is really good. I was actually, it's like a night and day jump.
Oh, you would like
I
The Witcher
really
3
enjoyed
then?
it.
Because I hated The Witcher 2.
Witcher
Really?
2, I love that
I
game.
fucking
It's a good
could. Well,
story.
I could. It's not about the story though. Like it's the way that the game like played. Like literally, like the way.
The way it's still, but it was, see, me playing in order, it was, for going from 1 to 2 was night and day. I was like, oh my God, this is so much better. And then from 2 to 3, they just changed everything they needed. And then I'm like, this is great. You got the jump mechanic. You don't have to worry to prompt to fucking climb up and down shit, which was a nightmare in the second game, where sometimes I'm trying to jump down something while like, oh, I have to wait for I just killed an enemy. Now I'm trying to leave and I have to wait for the thing to prompt and be like, it's done. And then I can finally jump down a fucking cliff. I'm like, well, let me jump down already. Now, I was so used to playing the second one that I accidentally killed myself probably like in the fucking beginning of the game because you could just walk off a cliff. And I
Yeah.
didn't. You can't do that in the second game. And I was like, holy shit.
Witcher 3 is
I
a
like-
great game. I fucking love
It's-
it, man.
it is.
I'm barely.
It is.
I will say though, I'm annoyed with, because I'm not that far into the game at all, but I'm annoyed with how many tasks I have to do just to advance the story. It's a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's where I want to slice people in half, and then I have to you go to 5 different places to complete one part of a quest, not even the entire quest. I'm like, dude, this is too much.
It's definitely.
This is fucking too
It's
much.
definitely long. Witcher 3 is a game that I don't particularly love, but I think is very very good.
It's
like,
really good though. I am enjoying.
Like
it.
of the
that
RPGs
game.
that I've played, it's like I get it. Like I understand why people like it because I see exactly what people like. The issues that I have really with The Witcher 3 are very minimal, but it's like it's kind of a constant where it's like I always feel like Geralt is just sliding around on shoes that just have fucking butter all over them. Like, I don't know what it is about some parts of that environment, but it never feels like I'm grounded on the fucking map. I'm sliding. Really? I don't know, man. Maybe this is just me, but I really feel like he just slides all over the fucking place.
I feel like he moves faster than the camera does a lot of the time, and I lose track of him. I also feel like the controls are like muddy. Like, I love that game. I think that game is a very good video game, and I think on PC it's way better. Since I got it on PC and I played it there, it's infinitely better on PC.
Yeah.
That's why I'm playing it.
It is just fucking. Sometimes it just controls like fucking poop.
There's an
Damn.
option in the pause menu literally to like turn on like modern controls or something. So they even knew that was like a thing. But even with the modern controls, I don't know. Like it does play better, but it also feels just like I don't know. The actual moving your character around in that game feels like really jarring. But everything else is really good. Like I
like the way you build the character. I like all the fucking
like
perks you get.
The actual
It's
mechanics
really
of it are really good. It's just moving around, man. It just feels so fucking weird to me because
Yeah,
I've played
it
so many
Yeah.
third-person games now at this point where it's like even the new Demon Souls like feels like, oh man, I feel grounded. Nothing feels fucking
I see what
weird.
you're saying. I guess I like, especially in the second. I enjoy how I move in the third one because going through the second one was a nightmare to the point where I had to find a trainer so I could put the speed up when I'm in between battles.
Right.
Because going to places like there's no fast travel.
Yeah.
And you just move slow as fuck. There was no sprinting.
Yeah, no, it's a
And,
step up from the last one, but it's
Yeah.
still like this weird like step down from like pretty much every.
But
other...
I see, yeah, compared to a lot of other
It
games,
came
I
out so
understand what
early
you're saying.
too. It came out early in the console generation.
Yeah,
as well.
2015 was like they didn't perfect that.
Yeah.
type of
They didn't know
open-
yet, but it was a good game. I love that game a lot. Really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good. Yeah, I'm very early stages. I'm already annoyed with just meeting. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it's been like 6 months since the second game, but I still feel like they're not like people. Everyone kept telling me this. Can you play The Witcher 3 without playing the first two? And it's like, yeah, you can. They do a decent job explaining everything. No, they don't. Not really.
I think
Not
they do.
really. I don't think they do because when I'm meeting these people that I've met in the first fucking game, they don't say anything like or let you know what type of connection they have. They're just like, oh, this is this person, like that fucking that dwarf. I forget his name.
Oh,
but
the guy that owns the bar, right?
yeah, and from the fucking first game, like it's a barely like, oh wait, what did he do? What was his significance? Like, how close are they? You don't really know. He's just there,
It's
and then like, kind of
less-
like say you have that dream about Yennefer,
Yeah.
and like but you don't really know like what's up with Yennefer? How important is she to me really? Not you don't really know.
It's less about like I think people have that conversation and like answer it in two different ways where it's like The Witcher 3, it's not that it does a good job of letting you know everything that happened before, it's just it does a good job of getting you into this world without needing to know a lot of it. Because like I remember like I jumped into The Witcher 3, like I paid no attention to The Witcher 2, like I played like a couple minutes of it and I was like I hate this. And I didn't touch the first one at all. But you know, I jumped into it and I was like, yeah, there's stuff that I don't get, but it's also the third game, so I kind of get why I wouldn't get it. But
yeah.
they kind of ease you into things at like a pace. Like I think by the end of The Witcher 3, even if you just played just The Witcher 3, you would kind of understand the significance of all these
Probably,
people
right.
from The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 1. But yeah, no, I think it's if people haven't played The Witcher 3 yet, I would sincerely recommend it, especially if you've managed to get your hands on one of these. Like if you own this on like Xbox or PlayStation and you manage to get your hands on the new systems, fucking boot them
Yeah.
up because it's not that it runs necessarily better, but the loading times are fucking hilarious. Like
Yeah,
I
it's way better.
was fast traveling in like less than a second. I was like, this is so fucking insane.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's
Yo,
amazing.
I have a-
It's amazing, but I'm sorry to cut you off, but like it's fucking
ahead.
astounding how much just the cut down on loading times this generation just makes punishing games so much easier.
Less
Like I
grueling.
was playing fucking Demon Souls, which is like probably like the hardest fucking thing. Like I think it's pretty wildly regarded as like the hardest one of those, right?
Yeah, because since it was the first one, they put in a lot of bullshit that is just so unnecessarily stupid.
I think
like
Dark Souls
dying,
1 is the hardest.
like getting punished for dying, dude.
Yeah, I
Dark Souls 1 is the hardest. Would you agree, Derek?
Look, the mechanics that they had in Demon Souls, like for example, like I said, getting punished for dying is way worse.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I died, my life is like cut in half. Now I need to kill somebody to replenish my that's ridiculous.
Was that only in? What?
Well, they kind of brought it back in number 2.
They made the effigies and everything. I remember. Yeah. Okay.
They kind of brought it back in number 2, where it's like your life will be depleted if you die. And I forgot like what you do to get it back. I forget.
Yeah,
you gotta I think you got to become human again or some shit. Mm-hmm. I forget. But yeah, number 1 was. I just think Demon Souls. It wasn't figured out well enough. I think it's a lot harder because of that. Because they left in a lot of that bullshit, even in the remastered. Since I haven't played it and I was looking at it, I was like, oh, I wonder if they took out a lot of the bullshit. And people are like, nope.
It's 1-to-1, man. That's
how it be, bro.
It's gorgeous, but it is fundamentally the same game. But like I remember, like dying was always infuriating to me in those games. Not necessarily because like I felt like I got fucked over, but like just because like, oh my god, now I got to sit through this insane fucking loading screen that's gonna waste my goddamn time. And now it's instantaneous to the point where Demon Souls is like not even stressful, because that's like, oh, crazy. I died, whatever, I'm back in like a second later. It's almost like Call of Duty, like when you die and you just like instantly respawn when you press X or whatever the fuck, and you're like, oh yeah, that wasn't really anything, whatever, I'm back here. I mean, I don't even have time to think about how frustrating that was.
I don't like that. That didn't annoy me because I was already so. If there were checkpoints like Call of Duty, then I would be frustrated if there was long loading times because I'm like, I want to get back into the action. But usually the bonfire where you died is pretty far in between, and so I'm like, usually I'm drained and I'm like, fuck, do I even want to do this again? Because I usually die so far from the fucking bonfire. I'm so far like from one. And it's like, fuck, do I even want to get my souls back? Is it even worth trying? And it's kind of like, I usually don't, like sometimes I was like, man, I wish I can just die at the boss and then just fight the boss again, right away.
I think that's the thing, though, in the beginning
that's
of
everybody wants in every Souls game.
I think that's the thing, though, like because the beginning of the game, like, is so, not lenient, I guess. Like, it is lenient, but, like, because you can just sort of die and come back so quick, I think it frees you up to kind of experiment a little bit and like actually be like, okay, well, I'm not going to wait. Like this life that I have is so, like I can use this to kind of figure out these enemies and not have to like suffer some bullshit technologically imposed punishment for it. And it just sort of I feel like it lets you get better at the game earlier on than the previous one, just because it's less punishing in that way. Although, like, obviously,
that's how all of them are. They let you figure out the mechanics based on
no. But like, if you died in the old ones, like it was just like, especially on like the old consoles, where it was just like you died and now you're sitting there and you just feel like a fucking idiot for like a minute and a half, and then. I don't know, man.
Every time I died in a Souls game, it was always just the idea of that, like, well, I guess I'll get more souls now. That's it. I guess I'll just farm more souls. It's this idea. I always saw it as farming. I guess. I've never got mad about dying unless I died to a boss when it was close. Like the Farron, like that Farron guy the guy that had the little knife and the sword that did like the twirls, and then after you started beating him, his homie came out of nowhere too. And you had to fight both of them. I remember that fight. We traded, but I still lost technically.
That's frustrating in every single game.
So mad. I was like, I hate this because I skipped the bonfire. I'm sure of it because I was playing this game for 45 minutes before I got back to this guy. So those moments really bother me because it's like, but I just see it as dying. Like I'll just get more souls on my way back, I guess.
Yeah, that's the worst when you don't. Sometimes when you're just going through a game and you don't hit the checkpoints. Sometimes I would do that on Dark Souls because I'm like, I don't want to regenerate the people that I already killed. So I'm just going to light it, but I'm not going to sit down at it, or I'm just going to skip it in its entirety, whatever the case is. And then I'm like, fuck, I died anyway, and that was a waste. Now I'm way further back. And I remember a game that I completely stopped playing until it came back. They remastered Onimusha Onimusha Warlords.
Oh,
they remastered
wow.
it, and that I didn't play that game for the longest time. I played it as a kid, and then I was doing a speed run. And I was just like, oh, I'm so good at this game, I don't need to save. It's fine. I didn't save at all because Capcom rewards you for saving less and shit. And I got to the puzzle where this part fills up with water and you'll drown if you don't figure it out. And I was like, oh my God. I wasted like a couple of hours. And I didn't play the game until like 2 years ago or something when it came back. That was that was
Colin-
really upsetting.
Colin
I was so mad.
was super pumped about that. He loves fucking Onimusha.
Onimusha's really good, dude. Especially the third one. The third game's fucking amazing. I put that fucking Frenchie in there, John Reno.
What?
Reno.
Yeah, do you guys know that French action star? He's like the French. I wouldn't say the Schwarzenegger. He's like the French. I don't know. He's just an action star, John Reno.
He's like the French Jason Statham?
yeah, exactly. He kind of even looks like him a little bit. He kind of looks like he's bald and stupid nose.
Statham is
and
not American, right? He's British, right?
no, he's British. So
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, it's that region's action star. And then I was just like, what the fuck? They're putting in people, and then they had Donnie Yen was doing the choreography and shit.
Ooh,
and
that's
so
pretty cool.
it was
Damn,
really like,
how the fuck did they
the
do
games-
that?
Huh?
How the fuck did they get that money to get Donnie Yen to do the fucking...
I guess it was like a big cultural thing in Japan. They're like, throw money at this game.
I guess
It's a
so.
fucking
Fuck.
really good game. It's a really good
Crazy.
game.
I'm excited.
I don't know. Well, since we're talking about video games and we talked about The Witcher 3 already, Cyberpunk's almost out. What is it? 2 days until the day... 2 days after we're recording this. So, like, by the time this hits free feeds, people will have it.
I'm praying for a delay. I'm praying.
Why are you waiting for a
Why?
delay?
It's that's
Why?
impossible.
Why is this
Because it's been so funny.
Why would you
It's
do
just
that to
it's
me?
Yo, can
it's
you imagine?
happened
Yo,
so
can you
much
imagine
at this point?
Yo, can you imagine? People have it. People have it right now. Literally, like
Delay
it's on. It's like in Amazon boxes on its way to people for the release date, and then they're like, we're gonna delay
we
it.
forgot something, and we
delay.
can't. And we can't patch it for some reason. We got to shut down the game.
Game's
Everybody should know
canceled.
the delay is because of the old consoles. It's because of the PS4 and the Xbox One and shit.
Oh yeah,
Because
obviously.
that game is so ridiculously future sighted that they're like, how are we gonna put this on this? You know?
Yeah, they're building a game
Like-
for a lot of platforms at once, which is already stressful. But like, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Like that, it's getting pretty positive reviews. Although like it's pretty unanimous
Buggy.
that it's a buggy. It's pretty buggy, which you know, I don't think that's really all that surprising, considering. I mean, even just beyond the state of just like normal AAA games development, where this stuff just sort of happens. Witcher 3 also launched in a pretty not ideal state.
True.
I remember watching ridiculous videos of like Witcher 3's launch.
I
And it
mean,
was,
even a game I was super
So
excited
are we
for,
shitting on
Baldur's
CD
Gate.
Projekt Red then?
I mean, I don't know. Like I
I love them. They make great fucking games.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I don't really. I think all of their games are pretty good, you know, like for the most part. Like I didn't like Witcher 2 or 1, but like I mean, you know, people love those games for a reason. It just wasn't up to my tastes, or like it just had quirks that like bothered me specifically. But you know, I'm looking forward to this. I just think it's a shame that like so many people were like looking forward to this game to the point where it's like they built it up in their heads as this like flawless masterpiece, which is like no game could really ever be. And like I remember being like, hey, listen guys, like Cyberpunk's probably going to be, you know, pretty Cyberpunk at the most is going to be a pretty good video game, you know. And people are like, it's only 7.5 out of 10. What do you mean? And it's like,
what would they
like what
like
do you,
when you saw the what you're it's to me it looks like a Cyberpunk Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Like I was like, it can't be like Grand Theft Auto has the accolades, and people like without even really knowing what Grand Theft Auto 5 was going to be about, people bought it. They just fucking bought it. And it wasn't the greatest story ever. It was just really fun. I really enjoyed it, but I don't really remember. I just remember moments like nigga. Like I remember moments
Such a
from
good
GTA
moment.
5. But like say opposed to Red Dead Redemption 2, that's like that story was that was a fun, great story. I loved the characters to death.
Yeah.
You know, very big fucking difference. And it's like well, how's Cyberpunk going to be? Are the characters going to be extremely memorable? Is it going to make you be like, wow, that was a fucking wild ride? Or is it just going to be like, this is a really fun world to just play games in?
Yeah,
I think
it could be.
I have all suspicion that it's going to be like one of those like great. It's going to be a CD Projekt Red game. It's going to be a good game, and then under the game, the side missions are going to be like what takes it over the top, where it's like, oh, this is insane. Like all the other games are.
I think it's going to be the same. I think it's going to be like a very a game where kind of the story and like the character beats probably like do a lot of the heavy lifting. But like it always looked to me like, hey, like this is Cyberpunk Grand Theft Auto with a little bit of Skyrim and a pinch of Witcher, and it's like that seems like a pretty good That seems like a pretty good recipe for something that's like pretty cool. But like I just don't understand this like weird. I don't know. I guess the game's been in development for a really long time, so like. That has, the tendency to build hype to like unrealistic expectations, but like, you gotta just be able to just sit back and look at something for what it is, and appreciate something for what it is. Because I think a lot of games get shit on for not being fucking astounding when they're pretty fucking good. Like I feel like a lot of games just get like totally shafted because they don't look like The Last of Us 2. You know what I mean? It's like, dude. Yeah. These are fucking great games, and just because they're not, like, blowing your fucking soul away, or just because they don't look like, oh, whoa, this looks like live action, that doesn't mean it's not fucking cool as shit. Hades is so fucking good.
I think it's a game of the year, bro. I'd really argue that should be game of the year.
It's a really fucking great game, and it looks like, is a mobile game. It looks like a mobile game. It looks like a game that you could play on an iPad, or it looks like a game that, like, you wouldn't even, like, I don't want to say you'd be embarrassed to recommend it because like that's kind of like really stupid, but I could see that game being like I could see people being like, oh yeah, I play this game and it's like, oh, what is this, like fucking anime, like cartoon, like what is this? You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I'm glad it's getting a lot of Game of the Year fucking nods.
It needs to get it, man. It should definitely have it. I really believe that. It's a great fucking game.
I don't know if it's my Game of the Year, but it's definitely like it definitely belongs up there.
So between that and Ghost for me.
What would get Game of the Year? You think? What do you
Last
think?
Us is gonna get it.
I think it's gonna get it too.
What do you think? Like by politics? I
think I don't even think it's politics. I think what it is, it's just like because that game is objectively like a technical marvel, like the way the reason like that game runs really really fucking flawlessly on the PlayStation, and it like looks really good, and like there's a lot about it that's really impressive, and I feel like that alone is going to be like, it doesn't matter if the game itself kind of sucks, like because the rest of it is so top notch, and it's like I feel like that's going to be
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I feel
it's
like
kind of like remember a lot of people were really surprised that Dragon Age Inquisition got Game of the Year in 2014, and I understood because when you look at it was basically their lightning in a bottle because the Frostbite's been such a disaster for BioWare.
Yeah,
but the game looked for 2014 the game looked fucking gorgeous. It was amazing. I was like, wow, like this shit looks great. The combat was okay. It did what it needed to do, and it was a BioWare game where it was a lot of choices and it was all right. Some sex scenes, cool. So I think for that same reason they're like, oh, let's just give it to them because this looks pretty and shit.
Yeah, well, also 2014 just didn't have a lot of competition. I feel like 2014 was my God, what the fuck even was 2014?
I don't know. We have to pull it up because that's
yeah. Hold on, I'll look
top
it up.
Of my head,
I'll look it up while we talk.
2014 was it wasn't. It was Smash. Oh, Smash Wii U came out then. So
I mean that's never gonna.
So Red Dead, not Red Dead. What you call it?
No.
So you have Dragon Age Inquisition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
That. Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor, which is pretty damn good.
That's actually a pretty good game.
Yeah. The original Destiny, vanilla Destiny though. So. So yeah, it didn't really stand much of a chance. Alien Isolation. Hearthstone. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Oh, woo! I heard that was pretty fun, but who cares?
There's some good. The original Titanfall, which
okay, that was pretty fun, but it didn't have like any. There was nothing to it. It was just multiplayer.
Yeah, it was good, but it was literally just, hey,
yeah, not really a finished game. Here, play. And I was like, okay.
It's no Titanfall 2 for certain. Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh, Unity. Nice.
Smash Brothers for Wii U. You're right about that. Bayonetta 2. South Park Stick of Truth.
Oh wow, that was 2014.
And Child of Light is here, which I fucking love, but that's like an indie game that nobody really paid attention to. Sunset Overdrive.
Game. Overdrive.
Sunset
Infamous
Overdrive.
Second Son.
Metal Gear
Solid
fucking...
5? Oh no, that was no. This is Ground Zeroes. I forgot they did that stupid thing.
For what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when they put out like the first chapter of Metal Gear Solid 5 like a year before the rest of the game would come out.
Such a dumb thing.
Yeah.
That's a Kojima move for sure.
It's not you know what it actually is? It's actually a Konami move. Because they were like
Konami move.
Yeah, no, it was because
to make more money, right?
No, well, because they were like, "Hey, yo, Kojima, you've been working on this thing for a while. We need some return on investment for what we've been making." So they were like, "Okay, we'll put out like a fucking demo for money." I guess.
DLC.
Yeah. Konami sucks, man.
They're the worst.
Yeah. So you had the original Halo Master Chief Collection.
That shit was bad, bro.
That was fucking.
It was a
that was
disaster.
borked
Shit
for
was
the.
bad, bro.
Remember
playing it and being like, sometimes shit just didn't work.
I remember buying it day one and going home and not playing a single game because the servers didn't work.
Dude, I have the download code. I never installed it because I saw it. I was like, dude, no, this isn't worth installing. I still have it.
Yeah.
It probably still works.
It's amazing now, but like, man, it took way too long to get there. But yeah, so I would say like, yeah, I didn't play Dragon Age Inquisition. I honestly, full on, I've never played a Dragon Age game ever.
Yeah, you have to, if you're like, I'm really into like that whole dark fantasy bullshit. So, that one's one of my more favorite ones. The combat is insufferable. Like, if you played number 1, if you got to really be into those like kind of tactic games where you're just point and click and let them do the work. And I'm not a huge fan of that shit, like the RTS type of shit. So that's how the combat was kind of designed in the first game. But the story's fucking great. And that's what really BioWare's, right? They're mostly about the story. Like, if you played any other shit, and that's the Old Republic, it's not about the action.
That's
because
true.
It's fucking like, I'm going to fall asleep by
that's
watching these people.
That's why, I feel like that's what, by the way, makes Mass Effect 2 so fucking good. Is because Mass Effect 2 Mass Effect 2 is the best. Like so like story wise, it's so good, but also it plays pretty well. Like, it's a little dated, but like that game is fucking action packed as fuck, and it feels good.
It's really fun. It's really fun, and like you said, like they wrote. There isn't that many. A lot of stories, man. It's I guess it's hard to write like really good characters, right? To like nail it, and they just wrote a bunch of characters, and the vast majority of them are great characters, which is so unusual. Usually it's like you get like a couple of them. Like even in Red Dead 2 where you're like, oh, you know, the whole gang isn't like who's talking about Hosea? Like, oh, I fucking love Hosea. He's fucking so amazing. Like I think about I think about Arthur, I think about Dutch. You know, I'm thinking about like 2 characters, maybe 3.
Yeah.
But
like
there's
Lenny.
like
Lenny was my boy, man.
Oh yeah, Lenny's great.
Oh, did you get drunk in the bar?
That's such a good part of the game, dude.
That whole game is just fucking special, man.
It's fun. So that's another example of like good characters being written. You know, like maybe 3 or 4 of them max or something like that. But Mass Effect, they have like a 12 character roster, and like 9 or 10 of them are like fantastic characters, and it's fucking weird. It's like there's a lot of motherfuckers on this that I can draw like a lot from them and be like, these people are fucking dope, and they have very different personalities. Yeah, it's good shit.
It's crazy that they speaking of BioWare, man, they're not in a good place right now. Like we talked about,
it's so sad.
We talked about on Sacred Symbols, me and Colin. We talked about the fact that like fucking Casey Hudson left again.
Again.
What?
I was like, dude, he's fucking trolling. I was like, he has to be trolling at this point. Like, he just got back there.
Yeah.
And then he left.
He left again. And then I think the lead producer or like technical director or something of Dragon Age left. So like, I don't even know.
Yeah, and they just released some shit like a few months ago, like of what they were working on. And I was like, oh my God, they're barely doing anything. and it's been so many years.
They
just showed like a lot of conceptual art, and I was like,
they always do that though. In fairness, they've always done like every time like people are excited about a new BioWare thing. It's like even with like back in the day, they were like, here's the next generation of whatever, and it's like and it's just like grass, you know, and it's like wow, your engine really does well with grass. I
cool
guess.
grass, man.
you're just left
Some
glaring
nice
at the
grass, man.
screen, wondering what the fuck you're supposed to have been caring about. But I don't know, man. They're still trying to make Anthem happen. I don't understand why.
Such a fucking flop. Just because fucking goddamn EA
much money
just
they put to it,
wanted
man.
a looter shooter machine to just feed them. It's like this. Like, come on, guys, that's not what you do.
I don't know.
That's
What's
fucked up.
What's weird though is that I don't know. It's so wild because like I don't know if you guys remember the was it Jason Schreier, the Kotaku guy who like put out that big expose on Anthem, like Anthem's development. It was like a 20 page. It was like a really large document, like a really big article.
Nightmare for them.
And it was just like they didn't know what the fuck they were making. Like, just straight up, like, they learned... the first time that anyone saw Anthem, including the people on the dev team, was the day that they showed it off at one of the E3s.
What?
Yeah. Like,
That's
even
insane.
the devs didn't see it. They were like, oh, that's what we're making? And
Dude,
it's
they
like...
didn't even know
they
it was
had
called, like, Anthem. Like, Anthem wasn't even supposed to be the name of the game.
It's crazy. I think it was like... oh, my God. I knew it at one point.
It was all I remember is that Anthem is completely unrelated to the game itself, and they don't even know why they're like, why are we calling it Anthem?
Yeah,
like just even something as basic as that is, you're like, okay, this is a fucking mess.
The original the original name of Anthem was Beyond. That was it.
And
that's so silly.
Oh, that's really good.
It is silly. It is silly because it's like it's one of those things where it's like. It doesn't sound all that impressive, you know, as a name. But like, if you couple it with like a game that like is good, you know, it becomes like synonymous with it. Like I remember like when they announced Destiny, I was like, oh, that's like a project name, right? Like that's like they're gonna like have like a better name for it later, and they just stuck with Destiny. And now it's like now when I hear the word Destiny, I think of the game. Or like even Halo back in the day, it's like Halo was just a thing. Like that was just a fictional thing that existed, and now it's like synonymous with video games. And like even like when they were first making games, like Marathon was their first one, the first shooter that they made, and it was like, what's Marathon? That's like and now there's like rumors that they're working on a new shooter post Destiny called Matter, which is like, what's that name? And I'm sure it's gonna be the same fucking
the game
thing.
after
like,
Destiny,
and I'm sure I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, Matter, oh yeah, the shooter. But just the fact that they just didn't know the name, they didn't know about flying, they didn't know that it was gonna be a looter shooter. They weren't allowed to talk about Destiny at all. Crazy shit. Just the craziest development cycle you can think of.
So much went wrong in the creation of that game. It's insane. There's so many things just got fucking dropped and mishandled. It's sad.
It's really crazy to see such a beloved company like just fall so hard. And the only thing we can hope for is that they get a boost of morale with the remastered that's going to release in spring. Like hopefully they just because it's. That can't go wrong. It shouldn't. Like
it's gonna somehow.
A collection of what you're saying is that there's no way that a collection of beloved sci-fi AAA video games,
oh my gosh,
could ever conceivably go wrong. It will, you know.
I mean, it's just like it's like, come on, you're just making the games look gorgeous. Don't do anything else. The only thing that I want is on PC is just to have full controller support. That's it.
What if...
That's the only thing they need to do.
They definitely need that. What if you can't customize Shepard anymore and he just looks like Ian Miles John?
Well...
I knew where that was going, and I was like, "Oh, fucking no!"
I didn't.
There's
at all.
no way you could have possibly known where that was going, Sweet. What?
I knew it was gonna go to somewhere. And I was like, Ian Miles. I was like, it's gonna be somewhere. I thought it was gonna be like Ben Shapiro or something like that. But fucking Ian Miles Chong.
Yo,
could you imagine Ben Shapiro?
A
Shepard?
Ben Shapiro Shepard. Actually, I think I'd be.
That'd be
I think I'd only be able to play like a half hour though, because after a while, it would be very hard to listen to him talk.
Let's
say hypothetically, aliens.
Let's say hypothetically, we cure the genophage. Jesus
You have to believe me. The Reapers are real. I have facts, and this is not a feeling.
Could somebody please mod Ben Shapiro into Mass Effect?
Dude,
God.
that'd
be
pretty
wild.
great.
That'd be
Yo,
fucking
did you guys
insane.
see somebody who made Kanye in Demon Souls?
I did.
I saw that shit. Insane. Insanity, dude.
It looks so real.
Literal insanity. I was like, what is Kanye doing? I thought they ported Kanye into a video game. And I was like, oh, what's Kanye? So he's a Fortnite skin? No, it's fucking Demon Souls.
Yo, they should scan that
People are
character.
so talented that they could just spend the time to make real people.
That's fucking unbelievable.
Yo, this fucking new Def Jam game's lit.
My favorite character is Macklemore. I'm so excited.
Macklemore
Did you see fucking...
in a Def Jam game.
Def Jam fight for fucking Brooklyn. This is Macklemore. He's the best character.
They need a Def Jam like 2.0 of that shit. Fight for like New York
Dude, that
2.0
shit was
or some
so
shit.
fucking good, man.
Add just modern motherfuckers, dude, because that was such a fun game. And then Icon was the biggest piece of shit I've ever played.
Icon was an asshole, dude.
I can't believe how unbelievably bad it was. That was probably the worst sequel I've ever played of anything.
What was the first? The first one was it was Fight for New York. It was Def
The
Jam
first one was
Vendetta.
Vendetta, and then Fight for New York, which
then
was
was Icon.
fucking great. And Icon was,
It
man,
wasn't the same thing. Wasn't the same thing at all.
I
It's
only played Vendetta, but like I remember I
Fight
liked
for
it
New
a
York was
lot.
my favorite.
New York is fucking great, dude.
Oh yeah, I used to play as Fat Joe. Always.
I'd always just loved fucking doing the creative character.
Yeah.
And then just being, dude, the crowd would get mad at you if you dressed fucked up.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about the game. If you were whack, dude, they would like throw shit at you and push you.
Also, if you, if you were merciful, they'd boo you too. If you weren't trying to fucking break people's fucking spines, they were mean to you. It's like, bro,
Who
I
the hell
wanna
made
kill this
those
guy.
games?
Like, nah, son, do it.
I like dating the hoes in the games too. Like you date like Carmen Electra and shit.
Yo,
That game was fucking
all
ridiculous.
my
That game
friends
was
were
kind of
dating
ahead of its
Carmen
time,
Electra,
dude.
dog. All of my friends were dating her. It was hilarious, dude. Everyone.
That's
Like
who you
this
dating?
game was like
Electra, who
this
you
was like
dating? You say
fucking
bitch,
the
dude.
urban Mass Effect, dude. You just fucking just good combat, love interest.
Fucking Talizora.
Yeah, that was Carmen Electra was my Talizora.
That was yo, Def Jam Fight for New York was a game that was published, that was developed by EA Canada.
Def
Wow,
Jam
what the
Fight
fuck they know about fucking New York, dude?
What? This fucking hood ass fucking ghetto fucking game was made. That's like 50 Cent Blood in the Sand was made in fucking Denmark. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? This 50 Cent game was made in fucking It's Danish? This game's technically fucking Danish. Are you serious?
It was like finding out that Jay-Z is Japanese.
It is. Look, yo, man, I still talk about that song. I still talk about the fact that AC/DC is Australian, and people are consistently blown away by that fact.
Dude,
Yeah,
the
they're just
Japanese
such. They seem like
oh my
such.
God, the J stands for Japanese.
I'm telling you, that's gonna be real. One day he's gonna reveal it for reals. He's like, oh yeah, and then he's gonna start talking like fucking what's that guy's name in Breakfast at Tiffany's or whatever? Is that
What?
not Breakfast? No, what's that? Fuck, what's his name? I'm too young for this shit. It's like it's a deeper cut.
I don't know.
Mickey Rooney.
Mickey Rooney.
The guy. Hold on, let me put in Breakfast at Tiffany's. That
Fucking Rooney?
super fucking racist fucking Asian stereotype.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah. I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it though, or where it's from.
I think it's called Breakfast at Tiffany's. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of a different.
Mickey Rooney's just a person, right?
He's a dude.
Yeah,
actor.
he's- Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of the
Was he
wrong
in Honeymooners?
fucking.
Was Mickey Rooney in Honeymooners?
No.
Or was that Mickey Rourke?
Mickey Rourke certainly wasn't in
No, Mickey-
Honeymooners.
it's not-
Who's
Mickey
Mickey Rourke
Rourke?
Yeah, Mr. Unioshi. Mr. Unioshi is who the pull that. I'm
Mickey
gonna
Rourke.
pull up.
Mickey Rourke is fucking was Whiplash in Iron Man 2, my guy.
What?
Yeah, he had that movie The Wrestler and shit.
Mickey Rourke?
He wasn't in the fucking Honeymooners.
I'm just wondering.
The Honeymooners?
I'm asking questions, man.
Yo,
Calm
that's
down.
that
Well, that's just
show
some
from the
basic white guy that would beat his wife, right?
that
In
show from the
Honeymooners?
30s about spousal
Bang
abuse.
zoom.
He's like,
He was-
I'm gonna.
He warned
the
her, dude. He
moon.
kept warning her, man. All I'm saying.
He did keep warning her.
I didn't agree with what he
warn
did,
her.
but he was warning her definitely.
I mean, dude, when
constantly.
you give a woman enough warning, like after a while, it's kind of
my
warranted,
God.
right?
All right, well.
It's like
After
how
a
many
while,
times I
it's
have to tell you
weird.
the same fucking thing.
We're an hour
What's
in.
your problem?
We're an hour in.
Like
we've-
if I told my dog this many times, my dog would know. What the fuck is up with you?
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm not saying put your hands on anybody, 'cause you shouldn't do that. But I'm saying you got to give people a stern talking to sometimes.
Yeah, you guys see the
You're like,
you guys see the
hey,
picture?
what's your fucking problem?
I get it, man. Sometimes
The eighth argument, I'd assume my food would be ready by the time I get back home.
I get it.
Do you guys remember how to
5
do
across the
underwater-
eyes solves everything.
Do you guys
No,
remember
not
how to
about-
do?
I'm just saying, stay woke, man.
Do you guys remember how to do the underwater part in Metal Gear Solid 2? I'm fucking lost.
Not even slightly.
God damn it! All right,
Not even fucking slightly.
put this out. Are you done? Can I segue into the fucking questions?
I'm just saying, dude. Kings, know your worth.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
did you hear the Poe is gonna be Metal Gear Solid? Is gonna be Solid Snake.
What?
Poe?
Yeah, Poe.
What are you
You know
talking
Poe
about?
from the Star Wars thingy. From what was it called? Force Awakens.
What?
I can't remember the real actor's name.
The fucking
Poe,
guy, the guy that's
the
gonna be in
Mexican
Doom.
guy. I guess.
That's
But you know who I'm talking about, Poe, right? The guy that was supposed to have a love interest with fucking
Finn?
with Finn, but then they changed shit. Or at least that was the kind
Oscar-
of theory.
Oscar Isaac?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Chris?
Oscar Isaac, right?
Yeah, Oscar Isaac.
that's gonna
Yeah,
be.
he's gonna.
I could.
Yeah,
see-
he's gonna be. So it's interesting, dude. It was a prophecy fulfilled because a long time ago he said he wanted to be Solid Snake if they did a live action, and then the director that was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this." He had, I think, art made by Boss Logic, where Oscar Isaac is Solid Snake in a poster.
That's pretty cool.
And then he basically was like, he said in a tweet like a year ago, was like, "All right, the ball's in your court, Oscar." And then all of a sudden, it's actually happening. I was like, "Wow, this was something that was talked about like a couple years ago." And I'm like,
I could see that.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I could.
think-
I
I
could
think-
see that.
I think it'll pull it off.
I always thought like that was like whenever you see like Photoshop like actors in roles and it's just like, oh yeah, that would look fucking great. Like I remember seeing a long time ago of like Willem Dafoe as the Joker, and I was like, that would be fucking
fucking
insane.
Willem Dafoe.
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing like a fantastic Photoshop where he looked perfectly like an older like Dark Knight Returns type Joker, and I was like, this is fucking
Willem
really
Dafoe.
on point.
I remember. I
yeah.
think I saw that too.
Yeah, I mean he did play essentially the Joker in Spider-Man.
I mean,
1
Green
and-
Goblin's pretty much Joker and Batman put together. So
Yeah, that's fucking
So-
scary. But
I have this. This if you can see it in the Discord. This is the Boss Logic. That was of Oscar Isaac being Solid Snake.
Nah, I can't check it.
nice.
Oh yeah, because you're recording. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, nigga.
I can
All
probably
right.
look it up though.
Otacon. All right, what are these questions? We were supposed to go to questions, and I stopped you like four
roll
times.
out.
Yeah, well-
Autobots. Autobots, suck my car cock.
Suck
Auto-
suck my
Autobots.
metal dick, Autobots.
Yeah, no,
Autobots.
that looks fucking great.
Looks pretty good, right?
Yeah, I think.
Suck my metallic dick.
Yeah, he looks a lot like
Optimus Prime as Solid Snake.
All right, let's just move on.
Optimus Prime, a solid snake.
Can you imagine?
All right.
Jared Leto as Optimus Prime as solid snake.
I'm just gonna mute everybody and just go through this because I have the editing privilege to do that. Matthew Bush, hi Aunt Irma, Douglas, and Richmond. I have no fucking clue what any of that means, but I'm sure it's terrible. You often shit on the UK. We did that right at the top of the show. So,
Of course.
All right.
I'm Welsh and don't take any offense, as our
Shut
UK sucks. Do you have anything you like that's come from Britain? Extra brownie points if you praise the Welsh. Praise.
Easy. Leona Lewis. Fucking angelic voice, and she's gorgeous. The UK has beautiful half black, half white women, actually. There's so many mixed race women there. Fucking all of them are beautiful.
I don't even know who you're
Insane
talking about.
You don't know who Leona Lewis is?
No.
Closed off from love, I didn't need the pain. Once or twice was enough, but then it's all a game. Time starts to pass before you know that you're frozen.
I've
the
never
fuck up.
heard any of this.
Ooh.
I've never heard.
So
this
Leona
person
Lewis used to be like a fucking big time crush for me back in the day.
She's gorgeous.
She has a very like I don't know. There was something about her that back in the day I was like, oh, Leona Lewis is. I don't even remember her music at all because I would just be looking at her.
You fucking she looked beating your dick to her instead of fucking listening to what she's saying.
Hell yeah, I don't care. I don't give a shit about her music.
She's a beautiful singer, dude.
I don't care. I'll mute her and then just look at her tits.
This is genuinely
monster,
this is
dude.
genuinely.
I don't even think I've ever
seen
her.
In the
literally
most
her face.
Like, I
remember just
possible.
seeing her face. I'm like, this is a beautiful woman.
This is
gorgeous.
The first time in my entire life that I have ever heard this person's name or seen this person's picture.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You somehow avoid so much. And you always comment on stuff. And it's just like, how do you avoid things? How do you avoid so much?
Well, I bet you'd know about it if she was in Halo.
I mean,
she was fucking like,
probably.
I have a full set of Mjolnir Mark IV armor. Do not fuck with me.
I don't know. Like, this doesn't sound familiar at all. I guess I just... I
don't know how you didn't hear that song.
What if Leona Lewis was wearing some fucking Spartan
How
armor
long
and
ago?
shit?
How long? Like, when was this?
8th grade. 8th grade, 9th grade.
It was a while ago. What year is that for you?
I definitely wasn't.
2008, 2009.
That sounds about right.
What are you talking about? That was your 8th grade? Was 2008 to 2009?
2008 into 2007, 2008.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was my 9th grade. I remember that. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to anything, I guess, back then, especially not pop stars. I think like the only thing I was like, oh, I guess Breaking Benjamin exists, and video games are kind of neat.
and Paramore,
like,
bro.
Even back then, I didn't know about Paramore. Yeah.
Really?
I didn't.
That's when Riot came out.
When Riot came out, that shit fucked my head.
No, because
dude.
I didn't listen to music really at all before high school at all because I didn't have an MP3 player, I didn't have a CD player, I didn't have the internet to look shit up. Wasn't allowed to watch MTV because like I didn't have a TV with any cable in my room. So all I had was like video games and like the songs that I would hear in like Crazy Taxi or like Grand Theft Auto or fucking any game with like Tony Hawk, like any game with like licensed music. That was pretty much my gateway into music at like as a whole. So like I was never hearing Leona Lewis or
you weren't a radio kid at all.
No, like my parents put the radio on, but I was either in the car with my dad.
AM talk radio and shit.
Yeah, like my dad would listen to like Fox News like in the morning or whatever the fuck, and then like my mom would listen to like I don't even know, like she would listen to like fucking like Enya and stuff like that.
I know what that is.
Yeah, so it's like I remember thinking like, man, I really don't like music, I guess, because like I'm not liking anything that I'm hearing.
That's so crazy, man. But it makes sense. I guess I always thought this one guy was a weirdo. His name was Vince that I grew up with. He's a voice actor. If you want to look him up, it's Vincent Brasher. I don't know if he's done anything prominent, but growing up, like I knew that's what he was gonna be into, and he like made it like a reels and shit. Anyway, I asked him about that. I'm like, hey man, what type of music do you listen to? This is probably when we were seniors or some shit. He said, I don't listen to music. And I'm like, what? I was like, what do you mean? Like that's not. It didn't compute to me because I was like, everyone listens to music, right? You hear some shit and you're like, I like that. I'm gonna listen to more of it. And he's like, no, I just don't. And it was probably the same scenario as you, just not having it really available because I was just like, wait, it's always nowhere, everywhere you go, there's music playing.
Yeah, no, I remember. It's funny, and I think that's one of the seminal. I think the reason why I got into Rise Against so heavily is like because I remember hearing I remember hearing one of their songs on MTV and thinking, wow, that was really good, but then I couldn't look it up, so I just had to like. I was like, that was good. I hope I hear it again at some point. That would be nice to hear that again. And then like eventually I got like a laptop and like I was like years later, like I was able to like actually like look that shit up and find it.
Growing up in the city, I always heard music. Like I could never get away from music ever. Then when I moved to like Fishkill, I didn't hear music, but I was going to school in Poughkeepsie, so I still heard music. All I heard around me.
All I heard was fucking Gypsy Kings and fucking like Spanish shit. Like all I heard was like like
that's wild.
Like Gloria Estefan.
Leaving New York City got me away from Spanish music, and that's actually kind of a blessing. I fucking hated
Gloria Estefan, fucking Mark Anthony. That was the stuff that I heard, and I was like, I guess I don't like music really.
I like that type of stuff, man. Like, cause I was where I live in SoCal,
like it now.
It was all norteño.
Yeah.
And Norteño is fucking. I'm sorry to offend people. Norteño music is fucking garbage.
Absolutely.
It's just all accordions, and it all sounds. I mean, a lot of regional music sounds exactly the same. It's all the same beat, but still, god damn, it's just all accordion, and some of it's good though, like that Vicente. Fuck, I forgot his name. Sorry, I'm not even gonna. I was gonna say Vicente Fox. That was the president of Mexico for a while. But that Vicente motherfucker that sings all those sad. Dude, he's the emo guy. He's like the emo fucking. He's way more emo than My Chemical Romance, but he's a grown ass man singing about my love. He's a grown ass man singing about how sad he is and he lost the love of his life and all this. He's fucking with snow bunnies like me and shit. Like it's crazy how like depending on the genre, right? That's like, oh, this is some manly shit to drink to, but then if you listen to My Chemical Romance, you're the biggest bitch in the world.
For me, the only Spanish music artist I listened to that wasn't like one of the classic like Gloria Estefan. Like Gloria Estefan is my queen. I love her with all my heart. Like I really adore that woman.
Yeah,
but,
she
like,
can get piped.
Oh, just watch your mouth. Don't talk about her like that, right? Not in front of me, right? But like. What you call it, Romeo Santos was like that was like a Spanish artist that I listened to like all the time, and I still have him on my playlist. But like other than that, like I fucking hated Spanish music. I think reggaeton is a blight. I think that's a blight of music. I like Bad Bunny, but I hate the music he makes sometimes. At the same motion, I'm gonna lose my Spanish card for this. My girlfriend's gonna break up with me, but I fucking hate banda music.
I don't
with all my heart. I fucking hate that shit.
Wait, what?
Banda music. It is the worst kind of music I ever heard in my life.
A panda music? Of course. Panda, yeah.
Like banda, you fucking ignorant.
Yeah, pandas can't make music, Kingston. Of course the music they make is going to suck.
Banda music. It's music like
that's why
Selena.
they're fucking dying out.
Why are you saying that so weird? It's clearly panda. Like
no,
the way
it's
you're supposed
banda. You are a Hispanic man. You are a Puerto Rican man, and you are not saying it right. You're going to lose your card, bro.
I don't know why you're saying panda that way.
Well, see, Chris is American and he speaks American, all right? I actually had a conversation with my mom about this. I'm like, don't you think it's pretty patronizing to fucking roll shit and stuff when you don't clearly speak like that? It would almost be like, say, somebody, you know how, like, say somebody who has an accent and they were to pronounce Derek, they go Derek. I wouldn't be like, it's Derek. Motherfucker,
it's
speak
Derek.
American.
Yeah.
They pronounce it the way that they pronounce it, and then say somebody's name is Fernando, right? But then with their accent they say Fernando. I wouldn't be like, "Hey, how's it going, Fernando?" Isn't that kind of patronizing?
That's kind of patronizing. That's true, but like, particularly when something's the name of something, actually, you know, like if it's banda music, that's the name of the music. It's not panda music. If I go around saying panda, I'm not saying the right thing.
Okay.
You know, like it's different if it's the word. Like,
yeah.
I'm just glad that I got you to say panda music.
If someone's name is Rodriguez, or if someone's name was his name was Jaimes, right? I wouldn't say Jaimes. I wouldn't say someone's name is Jaime. I wouldn't say, oh, hey, Jamie. That's not your name. Your name is Jaime.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I like Spanish music. I didn't like it when I was a kid because I was just surrounded by it. That was the only thing that I heard. But I appreciate it now more. But anyway,
well, I guess
Colombia Selena's kind of music actually. That's not bad.
But
it's
anyway, back to this dude's question about the UK. I totally forgot that's how it even started.
I forgot.
Yeah, fucking. So Leona Lewis,
good tea. They have some good tea. I'll just say that Earl Grey. I think that's UK.
Earl Grey is really good.
I would say a lot of
So is English breakfast.
I enjoy a lot of the comedians that come out of there. I enjoy a lot of like Jimmy Carr and like Ricky Gervais for that podcast that he ran, and it was like so fucking good. The what is it? Idiot Abroad, fucking even stuff like Peep Show, which is like pretty fucking great.
Dude, the IT Crowd is a fucking sitcom.
Yeah,
that is fantastic.
The IT Crowd, the In-Betweeners is another fucking hilarious one.
Is a good fucking show, man.
They have a lot of good like there's this like kind of like it's like, oh, British comedy is better than American comedy. I don't necessarily think that. I think for the most part like there's a lot of shit in pretty much everywhere you go. But
yeah,
I think the best British comedy is pretty fucking stellar. Like that.
I think
that Carl Pilkington shit is so goddamn funny.
What is it?
For me, Britain, Australia, they have as a culture, they have really good senses of humor just to begin with.
Yeah, because they're so depressed.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. They have no sun, and they always want to kill themselves.
When I went to London, it wasn't that foggy, bro.
No, but they're still miserable. Like that's like a general. That's like a general.
Angry.
Like any British person would tell you that there's like just there's just this kind of air of somber misery, like kind of like around, and it's like they like it almost. It's like it's not even like a negative. It's just this kind of like it's just kind of like things are kind of bad, but like I mean like hey, we got tea, right?
We were ruled, like that's cool. There was some bitch that sat in a fucking castle and told us what to do, and we listened. And then they had the Australians who were like, fuck that.
The Welsh guy, right? The Welsh guy wrote in. I just want to say that Alex Jones's descendants are Welsh, so you're welcome. I just want to say that you're responsible for Alex Jones, so you take that as you will. If I don't know if he's a fan or if he loathes him, either way, that's where the origins are.
we brought up. I know this has nothing to do with the question, but we did. Sweeney brought up Australia. There's this Australian comedy troupe called Auntie Donna. I've known about them for a while because a friend of mine who's Australian told me about them like a long time ago. They have a Netflix show right now. I think it's Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun. It's a fever dream, and I highly recommend. It's almost like watching that show is like being high without being high. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen, and I sincerely recommend it. While it's on my head,
it's like being high without being high. That's wild.
Noted.
Yo, my cheeks look great.
Excuse.
Carter Franklin wrote in. Jesus Christ. Carter Franklin wrote in. He says, hello, human shit stains. That's not nice.
Ooh,
I would like to start by thanking you all for different game recommendations, whether it was Derek's suggestion to play Mass Effect.
Oh, yeah.
Or Chris's suggestion to play Halo. Just recently bought the collection and played through the campaign of Halo Reach. And I might be late to the party on this, but is Star Wars Rogue One just a complete copy of Reach? The answer is yes.
Basically.
The answer is very much. I think that's why I enjoyed that movie more than a lot of people did. I was like, oh, this is
Rogue One is fucking good, dude.
Fuck
all these other motherfuckers.
But people hated that. Like, I mean, obviously, like people don't like do Star Wars movies just in general. They're not particularly great, really. But Rogue One, I thought was like the best of the new things that they made.
It is. It absolutely is.
I didn't hate Solo, man. I'm gonna be real. I really didn't hate Solo.
I didn't see it, so I
but
can't.
But I also don't like Han Solo that much at the same time.
Yeah, he was never like. I like fucking. I don't know. Indiana Jones was way better. Like I don't know. Harrison Ford had way better roles. I don't know.
Yeah.
Han Solo was like, okay, he's just some suave dick. I get it.
He's a piece of shit. Like, this nigga's a dickhead. I hate this dude. He helps out at the end though, which I respect.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, but I remember seeing that and like being like, oh yeah, this is just Reach. I'm here for this. Yeah, it's fine. It follows the exact, like, there's, like, slight differences, and, like, Reach isn't about, like, uncovering a plan necessarily, but, like, the beats are kind of the same, like, the story kind of plays out, like, almost exactly the same, even pretty just much. The structure of it, like, where, like, the ending is the beginning of the first one, and it's like, okay, well, this is just straight up the same. I don't know if they really thought about that. I really doubt that that was, like, an intentional thing.
That's definitely an archetype of movie, but yeah, they did that.
Yeah, but, yeah, so we've introduced him to two pretty solid sci-fi worlds, so that's pretty cool. I always like hearing when people like take our recommendations, which play Hades, guys.
Please. What's the rest of the question?
Huh?
What's the rest of the question?
He was just asking. Like, I just wanted to bring it up also, just because it's just cool to just know that people are like fucking actually taking our advice. But he was just like, is Rogue One a copy of Reach? Was the question.
Oh yeah.
That was the question. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely, and that's not a bad thing.
Jonathan Anguiano wrote in. He says, "Hello, Chris, Sweeney, and Derek. Those are just our names, so I appreciate that. Hope things are working out in your favor so far. My question revolves around which musicians would you love to have as a best friend based on what you've heard about them so far? They can be people who have died from the past, or they can be people in the present. Thanks for possibly answering this. If you don't, that's cool. Enjoy the rest of the week. Thank you, Jonathan."
Thank you, Johnny boy. I would love to have Freddie Mercury as a friend, dude.
He would be fascinating. He would also be definitely too much for any of us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we could handle that.
Either Freddie Mercury or like who's another artist I'd be like, oh, this guy's fucking unbelievable. Santana, dude.
Why Santana?
Yeah, why Santana?
Because I feel like some shit would happen. You'd be like, you know what, I got a song for this, and you sit down, you take out his guitar, and I'd be like, I'm about to learn. I'm about to learn some shit. And he would take out his guitar with a fucking skull on the fucking top where the fucking chords are. The chords are. He would just start fucking going, and I'd be like, yeah, dude, tell me. Tell me what happens.
I would love to talk to Santana. Just like have like an interview with Santana, just because I'm really curious about just like his existence, because he just seems to have like he just seems to have a presence everywhere. Like every time there's like some random artist that I've never heard of, it's like, oh yeah, he did a song with Santana, and it's like, what?
He's a musical progressive, dude.
He just does everything with everybody.
I've ever heard him speak, like just like sing, but like I don't know what he talks like. I don't even.
Hey, my name is Carlos Santana.
I'm
nice
thinking
to
of
meet you.
Daniel Trejo, but like he doesn't sound like it. Hey, cabrón, what's up, man?
Like
Want some
Black
music?
Magic Woman.
He just sounds like fucking Mandark.
Mandark?
If he sounds like Mandark, that'd break my heart. That would shatter me. Even though I know he doesn't sound like that. That would kill me
Fuck
if he
you,
did.
nigga. Ha ha ha.
I tweeted the other day that like Mandark would grow up to be Ben Shapiro, and everybody just went, he's like, he's too tall.
He would.
Yo, they're very similar, right?
Yo,
very fucking
just
similar.
wimps of men, dude.
Except for Ben Shapiro's fucking stupid. That's the only difference.
Yeah,
Mandark was
that's
actually
true.
pretty smart.
That is a fair point.
I don't think Shapiro's stupid. I just think that like I just don't believe. I don't know if he knows he believes what he's saying.
Yeah,
I feel like he does.
maybe
I feel like
you're
he
right.
does.
There's just something that really, just real quick, there's something that just really bothers me about his whole facts don't care about your feelings, but you base your life off of nothing but feelings. Like you're wearing a small tiny hat on your head that has nothing to do with facts, and it really annoys me that he's like, oh, I'm such a factual person. I'm like, no, you're not. And he's been on like Joe Rogan podcast, and they've talked about that a little bit, and he kind of just like,
Deflect.
yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware. He kind of like, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
He's
dude.
just
the
so
whole
frail seeming, dude.
He is. Remember
He
he was
just seems
bitching
so
about like
frail.
the manly men, like Harry Styles, which I just found out yesterday that Harry Styles was in One Direction. I had no fucking idea because I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like. I had no idea. I was like, who the fuck?
Do you not, dude?
Dude.
It must be because I have a girlfriend who was like pretty young around that time. It has to be something because I don't understand how you guys just don't know things like that.
Well, dude,
like how do you just not like? Do you just not watch television or like?
What the?
No.
Why
Or, like,
would
going
a
into
grown ass
anything?
man, a grown ass man, give a fuck about One Direction? Okay,
You haven't just
Like-
heard their music. You haven't just like it's just
No,
something.
see, I've
like-
heard of One Direction. I remember the darker guy had some type of controversy. Something happened with that guy. He was a
he
like the
left or
Indian
something,
dude
right?
Or something. What?
Like he left, right? Zayn?
Yeah, he like left and something happened. I remember that. I didn't know any of the only other thing I know about One Direction is that they stole a riff from whoever wrote one of their songs. They stole a riff from AC/DC. And that was the only thing that I've heard about them. And then, so I didn't know the members. I just thought Harry Styles was some guy that just bursted onto the scene. I don't know any of his music. In my last Twitter trash, I talked about him, and I even said, I don't know who he is. I know I heard one of his songs because I watched a video of them breaking down the top songs on Spotify, but I don't remember what it sounds like.
Yo,
And then
I thought,
and
yo,
then, and then I was told that he was in One Direction. I was like,
it's normal, I would say, not to know the band mates, like the names of people in a music group that you don't care. Like, yo, honestly, like, yo, I thought Lady Antebellum was a fucking person, you know, for like a long ass time.
What's that?
Exactly. Like I never heard them really. Like I never listened to any Lady
That's
Antebellum.
wild.
Who's
I
Lady
can't
Antebellum?
believe- It's
No, I've probably heard a song, but just not know the name.
It's so weird because I feel like for me things like that have just been inescapable. Like that's absolutely not the music I listen to. I listen to like fucking like New York hip hop and like trap and like EDM sometimes. Like I don't listen to like popular music at all. And the fact that it's slipped into even my ears, it's like,
Well, no, it's
everyone
not.
must have heard of this.
That sounds about. You're a bit of a couch potato. In fairness.
Not when I was figuring this stuff out.
No, well, you absorb a lot of media, like a lot of there are movies that you've seen that you have no reason to have seen. Like, there's no reason why you should have seen that Cloyne movie about the fucking guy who puts on a clown nose and becomes a clown. And when we found it on Netflix, we were laughing about it because it sounded ridiculous. And you were like, "Oh yeah, I've seen this movie 3 times." And it's like, what? I don't know what time you have. I don't know if you have like a hyperbolic time chamber that you step into and you just watch all of like 1,000 years worth of movies in like 9 minutes.
That throughout this has been my whole life. I've just absorbed shit in passing since I was a kid. I was in passing just way too much shit. Like, I remember there'd be times where I'd be playing video games and there'd be something on. Like, I remember there was one time I watched 10 Commandments while playing, I'm pretty sure, Crash Wrath of the Titans. Or like Crash 2 Warped. And I just remember that whole entire movie playing while I was playing Crash Bandicoot. And I was just like, why do I remember everything in this movie?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, I don't absorb information passively. I don't, like, if there's a song playing on the radio and I'm not paying attention to it, I have essentially not heard it. Like, it's like, I'm not talking, I'm thinking a lot of shit in my own head. Like, I'm like constant, I'm like having like panic attacks in my own head. I don't have time to listen to fucking Lady Antebellum when it pops up on like fucking K104 in the middle of the day.
That's where I heard that shit, dude.
I don't know what that is. I
don't know. I couldn't explain it to you.
For back home.
Is there like a song that I would probably recognize if I heard Lady Antebellum?
Here's the thing. I've never heard. I just remember like they hosted something at like an award show or something, and it's a band, and I was like, oh, Lady Antebellum. I thought it was like Lady Gaga. You know what I mean? Or like a person. But it's just a group called Lady Antebellum.
I mean, it sounds cool. I like the name.
It's not a bad name.
Need
but
You Now?
Need You... I don't know.
It's a quarter after 1 and I'm a little drunk and I need you now.
Are you Frank Sinatra? What the hell's going on?
And
what
I
was
don't...
That?
What?
That's what you sound like. You just sound like you're singing like you are fucking old.
My neck disappeared. My chin disappeared, bro.
You look way too young. It's kind of frightening me. You look way too young. Like you look like
me?
fucking
Yeah.
You look like a fucking Gerber baby, dude.
You look like you should be on a carton like a missing fucking child fucking thing.
I like when I look younger.
I don't know, man. I it's probably a grass is greener thing since I can't like grow facial hair. I would.
Derek, have you seen my facial hair?
Yeah, I think it looks cool, man.
My chin looks like my crotch, bro. It looks terrible. It looks fucking horrible, dude.
All right, let's move on. Jesus Christ. I don't even know what the fuck that means. But what even the fuck was the question? How did we get here?
I don't know.
It's
I really don't remember
after
at all.
Oh, who's somebody that you would listen to? Who's a musician that you would be friends with? And you said Freddie Mercury.
Oh, yeah.
Who somehow ended up
fucking
here.
Rice Gum.
Oh yeah, Rice Gum. Fucking instant, without fucking thought. Rice Gum, easy.
He's just so cool, man. He's so talented. I mean, who the fuck wouldn't want to be in his presence and bask in his glory?
If I was friends with Rice Gum, I would start rumors about him. I would start rumors about him about personal shit.
Yeah, to his mom.
Like,
He's probably
look,
one of the
know.
few.
Mrs. Gum, I don't know if you know this, but Rice has been
Gum?
really into like he's been using a lot to cocaine lately.
His
and I don't
first
know.
name is Rice, and his last name
Mrs. Gum.
is
Look, I don't
Gum.
know. I don't know if you know, the Rice Gum has been like really weird. He's been like eyeing the cat in a really weird way, and he said he's gonna set it on fire. Here's some matches I found in his room.
You just fucking just time him out like that.
If my name isn't Rice Naruto Gum.
Rice Naruto Gum.
I feel like we're tap dancing around racist territory. We need to move back.
I mean, his fucking whatever.
Imagine rice flavored gum, bro.
Let's go on. Let's
You
move
know how
on.
terrible that is?
You know how fucking nothing it would taste like?
I would. Okay, so fucking Rice Gum. It's a sick answer. I don't know. I don't know. Like I feel like Lady Gaga, just because I feel like I could manage. I think I could manage.
Gaga?
Yeah, real answer. Yeah, Lady Gaga seems cool.
I feel like I'd fall in love with her, and I don't need that.
Well,
I don't need that.
yeah, I guess that is.
I would love to. When I saw her work with Metallica at like an award show, that was when I was like, "Fuck, I want to work with her." Like, I would love to make a song with her because she made that song better.
Yeah, no,
like,
she's genuinely amazing.
Fantastic human being. So super talented, dude. Like a voice like Once in a generation voice, honestly.
I mean, I will say though that meat suit that you wore pissed me off. I'll just say that. That's the only thing where I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's just nonsense attention grabbing, you know.
The fuck are you doing? Stop it! Stop it right now! You get 5 across the eyes.
Fuck.
We don't need to make this. We
Five
don't need to make
across
this
the eyes.
honeymooners.
That's such an old world like 50s expression. That is crazy.
That's
I have
some
never
shit
heard that.
Only women hear, bro.
Listen here, Missy. If you act up again, you're gonna get 5 across the eyes.
Who is this? The person announcing the Hindenburg?
What the fuck?
He talked like the Hindenburg man.
My fucking God, did you see that thing go down?
My God.
My God, my nigga.
What's going on here now?
Hearing that word in that voice is really fucking uncomfortable.
It probably it was probably
that
said
shit
a
is
lot.
lit, fam. You should say like modern day slang in that fucking voice. Damn, that shit is lit.
Yeah,
Are
that
you
shit
gonna
is
go-
lit, my friend.
Are
Are you gonna go to the function? Bet.
Bet.
Let us
Bet. I'll be there. Say less.
say
Oh God, Big Sauce wrote in. He says, "Hey, there's small sauce, medium sauce, and bigger sauce. If you could decide on a single historical figure to receive an N-word pass, who would it be? Personally, I'm in favor of Genghis Khan. I don't know why Genghis Khan would deserve one.
why?
Okay, so I'll let you guys take the reins on this one, but I would imagine the most obvious answer would probably be
I think
Lincoln.
I know what it is.
Would
Lincoln?
probably be Lincoln, right? Like I would imagine.
Lincoln?
I would imagine that in the most simplest
If
interpretation
anyone
of history,
deserves it.
Okay.
you could make the case for that. Probably.
I feel that.
You know?
I gotta free these niggas. I get that. I get that.
20 years ago, I tried to free these niggas and they shot me. These niggas shot me. These niggas shot me. One of them shot me.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
What if you find out that John Wilkes Booth is a black man? How much would that hurt you? That shit would hurt me. That would pain me to my core, bro.
But you know what also be so weird? It's like, why did they fucking...
Let's call him a
Why
white
did
man.
they lie about that shit?
Because the
Yeah, no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Vice president was
Kingston.
racist. He didn't like black people at all.
Exactly.
So
though.
he didn't even want black people to take credit for taking out someone like taking out Lincoln.
That's how you know it was definitely a white guy. Like they didn't. They just couldn't. They couldn't get away with it. Like they couldn't be like that was a black guy. It's like nah, this guy jumped off a balcony and broke his little twig-like legs. Like he's just not. Sorry, but.
That'd be crazy. John Wilkes Booth was a black man. I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with us?
So are
we
saying,
just crazy?
So are you saying that is John Wilkes Booth your suggestion? Is that
No, absolutely not. He probably wouldn't even let me. He wouldn't care if I told him not to say it.
Like he's like right before he shot him, fuck you, nigga.
we got
And he
we
just
got
fucking-
nigga.
We gotta get an answer here.
JFK?
JFK. Why JFK?
No, I just
JFK
don't
would be
know.
pretty good.
Who would be someone that would say it and it would be like fucking fantastic if they said it?
JFK sounds good because his accent. That'd be really good.
Well, you're telling me that all these niggas are here and no one bought any food to this function.
Ask not what yo niggas can do for you, but what yo niggas can do for your country.
Exactly, niggas.
Oh my god!
I wish I could do his voice. I can't do his voice.
You mean to tell me that we've come this
it has
far?
to be like.
all right.
So it has to be like a
Jesus.
real person. Can it be
don't-
like
I don't
fictional
know.
characters?
I mean, I guess it could be a fictional character. There's
I
nothing-
want to hear Arbiter say nigga, dude, but as Arbiter,
he
not as
said-
anyone else.
Hold on. He said a single historical figure.
Historical figure.
So,
okay.
in fairness, any important fictional character could in theory qualify as like a
Oh, I
historical.
want to hear Geralt of Rivia say nigga. That'd be great. That'd be great. Listen here, nigga.
I want to
I don't
hear.
see any niggas around here.
I want to hear Ichabod Crane, the headless horseman.
God. He takes his fucking head off and throws at you and is screaming nigga at you. nigga. It's just like flying towards you and it blows up in the fire.
My God.
That's just a pumpkin bomb. That's just Green Goblin shit.
The pumpkin bomber just screams nigga, but it's his head.
All right.
That's pretty terrifying, actually.
Billy the Big Ball Brawler wrote in. It says, my question is pretty simple. How attractive does someone have to be to overlook the fact that they are a furry?
You got to be like really attractive. You gotta be like very attractive.
I feel like a step above pretty solid.
I don't think there's enough because, well, it depends. Do they
you're
want to
capping.
do
You're
like
capping right
fairy
now.
sex shit? Like, do they want to incorporate furry stuff in the bedroom?
No. It's just that they're a furry. It's just that they are a furry.
You're
They just
capping.
like to. Man, I don't know, man. Like, say, would you accept your girl if she's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a furry?
Man, I would, because she's so many other great things that, like, her being, as long as she does not want to make it sexual, because not all furries are sexual. So
Sure.
I would, because I think I could potentially fix that. Like I could potentially.
you're too late, I think, Chris.
No. I could do it.
You're too late. 'Cause think of it like this, okay? Because some girls say shit like that about like video gamers, like mentalities about being gamers. You know, like I could probably like get him out of gamers. Like my pussy could be good enough to get him out of being a gamer. It's like your pussy could be fucking Skittles, taste the rainbow type shit. I'm gonna still play my video games. You know, Chris. Like I don't think you can't break that. You just gotta accept it. You gotta accept like this person is deficient in this way. And like I can't change what they are, but
I will work my whole life to do that.
You'll die working.
I can do it.
I mean, there is. Look, at one time, this dude Daniel I used to work with, he was with his girlfriend for about 4 years at the time, and then she gave zero fucks about comics and anything like that. And then 4 years later, she's like, "Oh, it's your tradition that we go to New York Comic Con. We fly out there and shit." And she loves it. And so there is a possibility to work on someone and change them into the correct way to be, like
it's easier to introduce than to remove, though. That's the thing.
that fair point. I don't know.
It's
about
very
that
true,
shit,
man.
I think I could do it.
You can
Yeah,
try.
but-
Lily, you're listening right now, honey. If you were a furry, I would still be with you. I wouldn't love you as much as I do now. I'll be 100% honest. But I would still love you.
Oh my god.
I just don't understand it.
I
That's
definitely,
what's
when I
my
would hug
thing.
you, I
That's just
wouldn't
my
like, when you hug somebody, you have like a really huggy, like cute embrace. I would hug them, my eyes would be wide open, and I'd be like,
You just nod in disapproval every time you hug.
thing. Yeah, every time you just.
Oh my god. All right. Fucking
I probably could do better than this.
I don't know.
That's not me the whole time.
Noble19 wrote in. Greetings, Shepherd, Chief, and Link. Which of you do you think is the most intimidating? I think Chris's goblin thing is kinda scary. However, Sweeney, being a nurse, could probably break every bone in your body while naming them. Toodles, you arousing, evolved. Well, I don't know. He says chimps, but it's referring to all of us, so I don't know if that's racist or not.
I
Well,
guess
evolved chimps means
not.
humans, pretty much. So like,
Yeah, all right. Just making sure.
I didn't want to say
But-
that and get in trouble.
Yeah. That would be like I'd immediately be gone.
I think I'm pretty intimidating, but everyone tells me I'm not intimidating at all. So,
You're not an intimidating person.
I mean, all right.
You're just big. You're like a Jeep, kind of. Like nobody's really afraid of a Jeep, but it's like it's also like that's a sizable car.
I think I'm just adorable, so that's why I kind of conflicts. Like I don't get mad. Also, like I haven't genuinely been mad in like 6 years, maybe 7.
I've been angry constantly.
I'm not angry at all, dude. It's kind of probably a problem.
Yeah, maybe you're probably gonna explode one day. That's what all of these like every time you like have these like edgy diatribes about you like ending like some kind of like species on the planet or like being like, oh, lives don't matter to me. That's like your anger manifesting through your calmness. And eventually you're going to have a moment where it's just going to be like something's going to hit the fan. You're going to be like, yo, I'm done. And you're going to jump through the roof, ground pound the ground, and half of LA is going to be gone.
Fucking, can you imagine? I turn anger into that much power, bro. I start funneling it into actual physical strength.
It's like a wrist runner, man.
dope.
You just swim around in the anger, and then you're just going to output that anger later into some fucking crazy bolt.
It works. What about you,
be
Joe? You
crazy.
think you're intimidating?
No.
No.
No, not at all. But to be fair, most humans to me aren't really intimidating. It's more of like animals are like big animals are intimidating.
Yeah.
Of course,
they're-
that's instinctive. They have to be.
Even ones that are like kind of like, say there was this Great Dane that I was at the Guitar Center, and this massive, this moose of a dog was this dude brought it in, and like you can see it's well behaved, but it's so big, I gave off a vibe of that I was a little bit afraid. I was like, oh shit, and then it looked at me and it went woof, like a really like kind of like a wolf that you can tell that it was feeling how I was a little bit like agitated.
You
I'm
can't
like, oh,
do
shit.
that, dude.
I didn't want to. It was naturally because I don't do that. Most dogs, like even a Rottweiler, doesn't matter. A pit bull, I'm not afraid of them because I know even if it fucking bit me, I can still give it a run for my money, even if it tore my arm and shit. But that dog was so big that I was like, that dog would fuck me up so bad that I was like, oh fuck,
Yo.
and like I normally don't do that. But like even if Shaq showed up, I'd be like, hey, what's up, Shaq? You're giant, but you don't give off those type of vibes.
Yeah.
You know, people scare me. People tall, thin, and white. That's what scares me, bro. Tall, thin, like there's some, like I don't know, like there's something about quiet white people that wear big clothes, just scare the fucking shit out of me, dude.
I don't even know what that
even
means.
Girls, even like girls, like it's just something about that, something about that combination. Like
To me,
white,
it's only homeless white dudes in the hood.
white,
Homeless white dudes in the hood.
short book bag or white tall trench coat scares the fucking I'm quiet around them, dude.
Trench coats,
White and trench coat. Absolutely.
Trench coats, regardless, are fucking terrifying things.
No, sometimes they're cool though.
No. They're never. They're cool because they're inherently threatening. It's like
That's
Power
true.
Ranger armor. It's like this is cool because it implies danger. Like there's no. I have never seen in my life anyone in a trench coat that I also wasn't positive was carrying a weapon.
Yeah, dude, we weren't alive when trench coats were normal. Like
We weren't
that's
even,
all.
we weren't
like,
even close to being alive. I don't
No,
think
not
our
even
parents
close.
were alive yet.
Yeah, the trench coats was like what is that? Like 40s?
yeah, you're right.
No, the 40s
my
were
parents
suits.
definitely-
Trench coats are like fucking the 20s and shit.
No. The 50s, and I guess you're right. I guess the 40s and 50s were like suits and like
yeah, but they
the
kind
20s,
of like carried over into being like this is a jacket type of thing.
Well,
where-
it was like a thing that a lot of people had, and then it became like detectives.
Yeah,
and
now
then-
it's yeah.
And then
Then
it
it became
became
assassins.
yeah.
Fucking
just
paid
anyone with a
murderers.
fucking Tommy gun and a street sweeper. Fucking, that was it. In
Not
your
even
fucking trench
then,
coat.
dude.
It
They
goes-
wouldn't even have trench coats.
This is the trajectory. It goes, I want to solve crimes, or like, no. It goes, I'm a normal person. I want to solve crimes. Crime's looking pretty good. That's the evolution
looking
of
pretty good.
Crime's looking pretty good.
that's
Crime's looking pretty good. I hate this school and everyone that's in it.
I cannot wait to crime.
It's like a cop. I can't wait to crime, dude. It's like
wait to
it's like a
crime
cop.
you.
It's a cop who like busts a drug ring and sees all this money and is like, damn, that's more than my pension's gonna be. I mean, what are you gonna do, really?
He busts a drug rink. He has everybody in cuffs, and he's like, "You guys want to make some money?" And that's it.
I mean,
that's a different storyline.
when you see cops getting busted for shit like that, I get it, dude. Like I get it because they're like, oh, I'm making $40,000 a year, and here's $40,000 just right here. I'm like, it's like the people getting tempted by lobbyists in the government. It's like I hate it, but I understand.
Yeah,
I
obviously.
mean, I get. I don't.
People like money, man. Money ensures survival, and
That's all I want to do.
that's really the only thing. It's like even people who are like super rich, they're like the reason they hoard their fucking money is just because they're like.
For me, I would take that
wanna
power,
use it.
bro. The power that comes with being a cop is fantastic. I would love it.
I would hate to be a cop. I wouldn't want.
I would love it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Fuck
god,
mine
that'd
was.
be amazing. I would be such a dick. I'd be such a dick because you just can, and there's no penalization for being a dick. You're just a dick, and that's it.
Well, you get
That
shot
is
sometimes.
why we have these issues because the dicks flock to the police force.
Exactly.
They
That's why I
absolutely
never
do.
became a cop. I was like, I don't want to mistreat people because of the power I know I'm gonna have.
That was actually when I was in Arizona and I was gonna sign up for the Maricopa Police Academy, and then talking to some of the locals, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna have to do lots of fucked up shit." And I was like,
Did you know-
It's not in me. I
It's a
would not."
gang.
Did you
It's
know?
a fucking gang.
This is a
Very
fun fact.
paramilitary.
This is a fun, very, very fun fact. Did you know that Arizona is named Arizona because it's an arid zone?
I don't. I don't think that's real.
It is.
See, I can't. See, with your bullshit, like I can't even. You're just too much bullshit.
I just don't care enough to argue.
Ever since your Dr. Drew shenanigans, I can't take anything you say seriously.
Oh, well, funny you should say that because.
Oh my fucking God.
What is this? Contail. What the fuck is this name? Contaliar? Are you? Who else? Are you reading this? Whatever.
Is that some Indian shit? What is that?
Whatever that is. Hello, Chris Blackman, Tom Reynaldo, and Derek Sweeney. That was disassociative.
Right.
That was disassociative for me for a second.
That scared me a little bit.
Every year around the wintertime, I actually do get an ant infestation in my room, and I can definitely smell ant juice when I kill a bunch of them. It's a very unique smell, and a smell I'm very used to by now, but that gave me an interesting question. Have you guys ever had to deal with a bug infestation of any kind? I think we've talked about this on the podcast, but
we have.
Sweeney and I have had to deal with roaches in the last apartment that we were in. But yeah, I think everybody, right? Because bugs are so fucking invasive, and there's so many millions more of them than there are people that I feel like every single person has a bug infestation.
Even so disrespectfully invasive, bro. They move into your house. It's like, bro, come on. Show some respect.
They don't understand property rights.
Vermin,
they
bro.
don't.
What did you have to deal with, Derek?
Having bugs.
Nothing's been too crazy. One time, I moved in with somebody that had neighbors that had an infestation of. Naturally, they came into our apartment. So that was pretty fun.
What was it? Was it like roaches?
Oh, that was roaches, which
fucking annoying.
I don't play with that shit, man. But they fucking showed up anyway, and I was like, I'm not living here anymore. This is fucking crazy because we couldn't do. It was the other people that fucking. It wasn't like us leaving food around. It was other people.
No, yeah, that's exactly what it was like in our building. Like where we moved in, we didn't have any food in the apartment at all, dude. Like we literally hadn't even gone grocery shopping yet, and they were like, we found him in like the fucking dishwasher, and it's like the fucking dishwasher, dude, of all places. At the very least, at the very least, remain on the fucking floor.
Like the dishwasher's where I clean stuff, and you're in there not clean.
You're
uncleanifying my clean.
Yeah,
that's the worst, dude.
Hate them.
Like
it's usually just
ants.
Ants is like the thing. See, like I think. And that's why I say I wonder where this person lives, because I've lived in quite a few different places, especially mostly in California, and it depends on where you live. Like some of the house I grew up in was definitely an ant just fucking colonies lived there. So they would sniff anything, and then they would come by the fucking hundreds. And when I lived in Cerritos for a while, it was nothing. There was no ants there. It was fucking dope, dude. Like, that was... I want to live. That's where I want to make sure I hang my hat in a place where that ants just don't fuck with their shit. But the thing is, I've killed so many of them. And here's the deal. Also, I will say this while I was thinking about this. When I typically kill ants, I'm killing them with chemicals. So I can't, even if they did have a smell, how the fuck would I smell them? I'm smelling the chemical that I'm killing them with.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm wondering.
I kill them with fire, so I wouldn't know.
Well, you're not going to kill hundreds with fire because you're going to set your fucking place on fire.
Nah, you gotta have controlled explosions.
Okay, shut the. Anyway,
controlled demolitions.
I'm wondering what these fucking people are killing ants with, because you're saying, "Oh, you're killing hundreds." Are you just smashing them with your hands? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Typically, you're killing them with some type of ant killer, some type of raid. Even if it's unscented raid, it still has a scent. Like fucking everything has a slight scent. What in the fuck is this?
What is he doing?
Yeah, I'm recording the podcast.
This?
What's up?
You see, are we, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Raymond Gunther is on the phone right now.
What a fucking dickhead.
That's okay.
He answered his phone. I hope it better be a relative.
It better be a mom.
If it's not a relative, this is unacceptable.
Is that your mom?
This is death.
Huh?
Is that your mom?
Don't worry about it.
This is death by 1,000 cuts. What was that?
Fuck.
What do you mean?
The fuck was that?
I got a call.
Yeah, who do you think you are?
The editor.
Well, you're not gonna. We're saying some very important stuff, man.
You could have kept going. I could have just silenced my audio track.
The answer. This was the most important thing we've talked about ever.
Well.
And then you were like, "Oh, you know what? Fuck these niggas," like that. With the actual, I heard you say that.
I heard you say it.
Yeah, that is true. No, like usually when I hear when I get a call, it's usually, and it's not from like my roommates. It's usually like a fucking like, someone's dead. Or like some crazy shit.
Oh, it's Postmates. It was Gus's. Oh, your Gus is around the corner. Oh, thank God.
No, I wouldn't answer for a fucking Postmates.
Thank God.
I would, because they would leave it my food, and I had to pay for it, so I would answer. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna act like I would lie about that.
So you got to tell them. You got to leave special instructions. And say, come into my room and leave the food there.
Come into my room, sit on my lap, hand me the food.
Feed me my food.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened if you left instructions. I wonder what
They probably wouldn't do it, Derek. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't feed you your food.
People are pretty fucking dumb, dude. You don't know. You don't know that.
Oh my God.
Dude,
okay, is there any more questions?
Yeah, no, but when I was in upstate, we had a fucking stink bug infestation.
Once every
through
few years,
my air conditioner. Like I put an air conditioner in my room because it got so hot in my room, and like my room was like the last room in the house to get the central air. So like by the time it got to me, it was just like fucking nothing. It was like like dust. It would just rain dust on me from the air conditioner. So I got like a window unit air conditioner, and I remember I was so excited and I slept so soundly. I was like, oh man, it's like a fucking it's like a goddamn blizzard in here. It's wonderful. And then I woke up and just hundreds of stink bugs like pouring in like through the fucking air conditioner, and it was so traumatizing. That's like such a I thought I was waking up in the middle of like a fucking biblical plague, honestly.
I mean, you realize that you're just they chose you.
They chose you. You're their leader.
Yeah, like what did you guide them? That's what they were seeking guidance.
No, I didn't guide them.
Jackass.
Damn, man, you missed out. You could have been the stink bug king, and you're just like, whatever. I don't want this responsibility.
I'm such an
something
asshole.
greater than what you are.
I really should have.
Yeah,
they're the worst though because you can't even kill them really, because they fucking stink up your apartment.
They smell
you gotta like
gross.
You gotta guide them. You have to guide them away without scaring them.
They'll die and they'll blow up. So.
No, because they'll make it stink too if you fucking scare. I hate stink bugs.
Might as well murder them, dude.
Like,
what is the point of a stink bug's existence?
They're from Asia, I think. They like they're invasive. Like this is not a joke. I think it was like a shipment from Asia that they came on, and then they just like became so fucking uncontrollable that they're not native here. That's why they fuck shit up over here real bad. But I don't know what the fucking they just eat people's crops. They're like fucking deer, man. They're the deer of bugs. I hate them. Fuck them. They die and they stink.
Stink. That's the worst.
They die and they stink. What kind of dickhead are you?
If I died outside in the woods, I'd be gone because like
I
a
would
fucking
turn
coyote.
mulch immediately.
I would
Die.
Immediately.
Yo, can you imagine if people like when they die they just instantly fucking melted?
That would be very convenient. I'll say that.
Death would be a lot more scary visually than it already is.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like the whole like burial stuff and everything. God damn, like at least you wouldn't have to worry about that shit. People are just like a fucking puddle, and you just put a towel on them and
you
shit.
Get lapped up by a fucking dog or something like that.
Fucking mops and shit, and then you just what do you bury the mop? What do you do?
Bury the mop? I don't know.
Oh man. Well, thank you. We're at the end here. I think we got a pretty good run. We're at 2 hours. We have a bunch of questions still left over for the next episode. So keep your if you're
hot.
if you're on the Patreon, keep your eye on that. Add some more to the December question thread. It's that October question thread for some reason, even though I didn't type that. So that's really cool. Yeah, so that's going to be our show today. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, we have a merch store over at snarktankmerch.com if you want to pick up some stuff over there. And, if you like what you heard today, consider supporting us over at patreon.com/thesnarktank. $1 a month gets you early access. $5 gets you a question read on the show. $10 gets you access to our Discord server. The invite for this month should be going up, or the first invite for this month should be going up tonight. And 25 gets your name dyslexically read at the end of the show, which I will now do. Yeah. You want to count me in?
3, 2, 1. Fight.
Atrasoni, Dobby's cum sock crutches, Thanos blowing Death's back out. Oh, that's right, because he wanted to fuck Death. I forgot.
Nice, baby.
Bastard son. Every time Chris says crazy, nah. What the fuck is this?
Ruto.
Nah,
Ruto.
Nah, FR. My How Did We Even Get Here podcast is on Thursdays. What the fuck is this name?
I don't know. Kill this person. They're
They're
done.
now.
It's
Destroy them.
what?
Oh,
Leroy
nah,
Jenkins.
It's on Thursdays. Remember, he was like, it was supposed to be on Thursdays, but he was like, oh no, it's on Fridays now, so you're wrong. But he was like, nah, it's on Thursdays.
That's
I
right.
get it.
That's right. Leroy Jenkins, Master Chief's hard as rock, armor locked cock. Matthew Barrett Clark, a photo negative Tom Sawyer, tomboy respecter. It's always good to respect your tomboys. Cataclysmic
All right.
cunt, hard hat skydiver. Chris has a high voice for a lesbian. Absolute wagon, the army of 101 bananas shoving themselves down Chris's throat. God Christ. Progerian incest goblin, all new, all different. Dan Schneider's sexy Sonic fan fiction. Monkey Monk,
Nice.
plutonium dynamite. Billy the Big Ball Brawler, a little late-term abortion with Lily Singh. Alaskan oilfield trash. Roni Valadez. Keith David kisses you. Hey Raygun shoes single
it.
now. Reed Clark cunt. Chris would be a twink if he cared about hygiene. I wish my dad kissed me like Tom Brady did 9/11. Chris, I literally just subscribed to annoy you. Enjoy the $25. Hey yo, the bizarrest. What are you
Nice.
doing? What are you doing?
Are you turning the lights on and off, you fucking psycho?
Derek's flickering into different like fucking realms. Vermont, the most emotional state. Not an FBI agent. Juan Punchman, Marcus Shorten, Mr. What the fuck have you been listening to? The name reads are the best part of the show. The price should be lowered to $5.
Yeah, and then we'd have 7,000 people.
Yeah, fuck. God help us.
That's literally the only
how many,
reason.
How many pages do we have right now? We almost have, what 1,000?
It's like almost five. I don't remember. It's almost 1,000. Yeah.
No.
And we need to hit that mark so we can celebrate.
We need to hit 1K, guys.
Yeah, 1K. We'll be doing an OnlyFans stream.
Dude, I didn't know you could stream on OnlyFans. That's awesome.
You can?
Yeah.
I'm
The
gonna
Cleef-
sign up next year, dude.
The Cleeth Clavid clan, Dobby Cumsaw Crutches again. So this is a different person with that name. That's wild. Driegzer, Abusi, Sir Simpleot, Papa Nurgle, Nancy Pelosi, Imagining AOC, Goatseed, Chris's 69 gigabytes of Coco Bandicoot hentai, Danny DeVito's Christmas Candy Cane Cock, Cujo FD,
Pretty hot.
Sweeney's Weenie Sleevey, Cold
my
Burb,
shirt.
Murder Ascended, David Connolly, the dyslexic that feels Chris's pain, Hail Satan, Dunderhead, Ellipsis, Lobotomized Jesus is my drooling divine savior. Heiko, 1 meter long fetus. She tasted like innocence. Moto Zealot. What?
Derek's shirt.
Oh, that is pretty. Oh,
I thought
fuck, that's awesome.
I thought mine was cool, but yours is cooler than mine. I don't want to.
That's a dream. That's a Dreamcast. Fucking,
Dreamcast. Yeah.
I miss the Dreamcast, man.
That's cooler than
my
mine.
baby Dreamcast right here.
Moto Zealot, Mike Tyson's left hook, Hiroshima Spicy Mushrooms, Granny Gertrude groaning from Garth Brooks's giant girthy meat mallet. Christ.
Whoa.
Wow. Level 1 Cleric, Stitzrip Kema, Derek's Unyielding Sex Drive, Dummy Thick Dave, Big Dude 0444, Heartless Wretch, a.k.a. the Black Man from Staten Island, Jada Smith's Broken Knees, Jada Smith's Broken Knees.
Oh yeah.
I keep saying it. I keep saying it wrong.
Oh yeah.
Cataclysmic Cunt, Yummy 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 Come Inside My Tummy, The Ghost That Lived in the Apartment Above Chris and Sweeney, Jolly Old Dipshit, Emperor Palpatine, Hugger Derek, The Tom DeLong Stan, Carson Jones, Etherean, The Queenston to Sweeney's Kingston, Fuhey, The Progerian Hunter, Deflated Left Ass Cheek, America Wars 2, The Colonial Wars, Anani's Moose, Sunny Chance, The Blampy That Dangles, Toby Shootman, Artie the One Man Party, Please Love Me, Melphis 1 LQ LeBron, Richter 86, and, as always, topping off everything, every single one of these lists, King Haphazard. It's going to be wild.
Hazard.
It's going to be wild when King of Haphazard dies and he's not like and he has to unsubscribe.
Yeah, you don't have to go there, but okay.
Because we can't end the show with King of Haphazard anymore. It's going to be a sad.
Cool.
It'd be a sad day when he dies. When he dies
Why are
tomorrow.
we talking about the death of this man?
Anyway, thanks for stopping by, everybody. We appreciate
It's a
you.
fucking mess.
I'm gonna go edit this disaster, and
Just leave it up as is.
yeah, I'll just fucking
post it.
1-to-1. Just post it. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, maybe.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
See you next
Namaste.
week.
Namaste, niggas.
Goddamn. You're a fucking disgusting imp.
Stop.